Yo, 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 don't adjust your set, don't adjust your radios, whatever you're at, man, don't adjust them because we are finally in this thing. The Atlanta sports stars are aligning and we got to talk about it. You got Chris Tipmore here, you got Smooth Smitty, but we also got some guests in the building. You've seen them before, some of them you know personally, because I'm pretty sure, especially if you're in the gaming or especially when you already know when it's go time. So, regardless, we are here to talk about how the Atlanta sports stars not only are aligning, they're shining, and they're really headed in the right direction when you think about each team in the A right now. So, guys, before we get into any talk, before we get into the chat, please, by all means, guys, please introduce yourselves and tell everybody what's going on.
You want me to start? I
I
guess.
mean, let's get it. You can do it, man. You go ahead and start. Since you're such a gentleman, sir, such a gentleman.
Well, thank you, kind sir. Chat, what's going on? Y'all know me, man. Let's get it, GA, man. Well, anything that's discussing anything Atlanta, I'm all for it, man. Glad to be here, Smitty. Tip, appreciate y'all having me on the show, man. To discuss this topic, man. That means a lot. I'm humbly grateful. Appreciate it.
All love, family.
No doubt, no doubt.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Cam, Cam Farmer, founder of Go Time. It's been a minute since I've been on here with Tip and Smitty, man. Those are the some of the two guys that have really supported Go Time and its content, man. And just to be able to cultivate a brotherhood, a community, that not only allows me to connect with Let's Get It and Smitty and Tip, but other Falcons, other Atlanta sports content creators, man, just really goes to show you how much Atlanta sports means to us and to the community. And like Tip said, man, the Atlanta sports stars are aligning, and there's a lot to look forward to, a lot that we're watching unfold right now. There's a reality where some of these teams that we're going to talk about tonight could really make a run for their championships. And so, I'm just excited to be here, man. Looking forward to having a great conversation with you guys.
Hey, man, before I get to going, man, y'all please go check out Cam on Go Time on TikTok, man. He's doing this thing. Man, y'all make sure y'all make him go viral, man, because everything he talks about, especially Kirk Cousins, y'all will love it. He break it down to a T. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Y'all know who I am, man. I ain't even got to introduce myself, but I will introduce the chat. Shout out to my boy Let's Get It. He in the studio right now. Shout out my boy Silk. He said, "Get you some, man, like he always do." Big Q, man. Shout out to Big Q, man. Go check him out on TikTok as well. He over there spinning them turntables, man. DJ, you want to book a party, man? Please go check him out. DBG11, what's up, my guy? He said ATF for life. You heard me? Absolutely. Robert Blackman, what's up, my guy? But yeah, man, we only got 10 people in here now. But the 10 people that we do have in here, man, go to y'all social media and share this post, man. We're trying to make this thing go viral, man. So please go do that. And while we talk about Atlanta sports, but I'm gonna give it back to the host. Tip, go ahead and do your thing, my guy.
Hey, man. Well, one thing we have to start talking about, and of course, most of the time, football is king. So we're going to start off talking about our Atlanta Falcons. And Cam, it's been a minute since you've been up here. So, but I got to ask you, I mean, just with everything that is going on, all the moves that have been made and the possible moves that still could be made. I mean, it's only April 14th. So how are you feeling about Ian Cunningham as your new general manager? And what was your first thoughts when it became official that Matt Ryan was their president of football? So it was like a two-part question there.
No. I mean, to answer Matt Ryan, because Matt Ryan was hired first and then Ian Cunningham. I think Matt Ryan, man, I was excited. Like legit. I was like, okay, you let go of Ra, you let go of Terry Fontenot, you bring in the first, hopefully the only president of football. And who better than the greatest player to ever put on a Falcons jersey than Matt Ryan, and at least the greatest player of my lifetime. And
you're right. He's number one. He's number one.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I gotta show respect. You know, I gotta show respect to the legends of the past. But you look at a guy like Matt Ryan, a no nonsense type of individual, and I was excited, man. Like I said, and this is a new era. You can legitimately say that this is a new era. And you know, a lot of times when you hear people say that, oh, this is a new era with the new player, new era with the new coach, but you have the greatest player of your franchise coming in to spearhead and usher in a new era of football where you get new jerseys and you get a new coach and there's a whole lot of things taking place with your personnel. I was excited. And then when I found out about Ian Cunningham, I was excited for that too. I remember I got to shout out Falcons Formula because they do such a great job of breaking down, contracts and the trades and things of that nature and different quotes from the players and the coaches. I remember looking at a post from Falcons Formula, and of course Falcons have limited, their picks, they don't have any first round picks this year, and they only have 5 picks in the draft. And I remember Ian Cunningham, I guess he was asked, like, how are you going to maneuver with 5 picks in this year's draft? And then they asked Kevin Stefanski, and Kevin Stefanski was like, well, we have 5 picks right now. And I was like, what is up y'all sleeve? Like, what y'all got going on? Like, this time last year, all of us were preaching about, hey, you got to amplify your defense. You got to get another pass. You got to get another pass rusher. We expected that. I don't know what to expect from Ian Cunningham and Kevin Stefanski, and I think that's the thing. Like, they're not showing their hand, and why would they show their hand? You don't want to do that. So immediately, I love what I see from both of them. As a UGA alum, I was thoroughly encouraged by their presence at UGA's Pro Day. You see the different mock drafts about who they could take, and a name that I consistently see is Zachariah Branch, wide receiver, receiver 1 from UGA. And so, I mean, dude, like I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know who they're gonna pick. And to be very honest with you, I have not been looking at a lot of mock drafts, but I'm thoroughly I trust what they're doing, and they haven't had a draft together yet. And I don't got no words, bro. Like
but you're absolutely right, because what you don't know is how you sneak through the draft and get the people that you want. Sometimes you can throw a little bait out there, but at the end of the day, if you don't tell nobody what's going on, guess what? How they gonna know who to jump, when to move up, when to move back? But one thing I do like about what I'm seeing, and he's really just telling y'all off the rip. When he was at the combine, and he said, I remember being in this spot in Chicago, coming into the combine, trade Khalil Mack in his prime, getting 2 picks. So what did that tell you? What me and Tip been saying all along, nobody's safe. If you can trade Khalil Mack, you can trade anybody. So going into this draft, what Ian Cunningham is trying to do, he's trying to make the solid position that we have stronger. He's trying to fill roster spots at the same time. He's trying to value buy, and he's setting his team up for the next 2 to 3 years. How is he doing that? A lot of 1-year deals. And with those 1-year deals, you playing for a job or you just filling in a spot for a year. And people mad about the quarterback position. I get that part. But you got to think about the quarterback position as well. And in the last couple of days, and y'all remember I did a Sean Haynes King video about a week ago. Today, guess what? They're looking at a Division III quarterback, 6'3", 245 pound, rocket arm, 13,000 yards in his college career, 120 something touchdowns. So they still looking for value buy. if they can get a value buy at the quarterback position, do you know how that would set the Atlanta Falcons up for the future? That would be undeniably one of the smartest moves we've seen outside Tom Brady in the 6th round, and we knew what happened with that. But as far as Atlanta sports and not having to reach for a quarterback, you can't ask for more than that, because guess what? You got to remember, quarterback is not the president of football. So that the organization going to think like a quarterback. Exactly. They're going to look at all the options.
Sure is.
So when you look at it from that aspect, and him being a former offensive lineman, they just look at the game from a different perspective.
Yeah,
so
sure do.
This is how they're going about their things. But let's get it, man. What you think, right quick?
Well, I concur with everything y'all said. Going back to Matt Ryan and Ian Cunningham, as Cam, you spoke on it. What I really love about the stance that we taken, it seems like Matt Ryan and Ian Cunningham got a plan. That's something that we could never speak about with the Falcons for God knows how long. They got a plan. They're finna stick to their plan, and I'm with Cam. I have no idea what they're gonna do, but it does raise the question, because Tip, you said it, Smitty, you said it. I started to wonder about, is Kyle Pitts still gonna be in the Atlanta Falcons by the time the season starts? Because of that, the unknown factor of what's gonna happen. Especially, we're gonna find out a lot come draft night. We're gonna find out a lot what's gonna happen, draft night. We really gonna get a lot of our answers, a lot of our questions answered. So, but I like the direction we're going in. We got a plan in place, but can we just now the last thing is, can we put it all together now and actually move forward and actually produce a winning product on the field? That's just me.
Hey, man, I'm not going to lie to you two guys. I mean, just the fact that we don't know where Ian Cunningham is going to go. I mean, we have to get to know our GM. We've been slowly doing that. But I think about it is the transparency. I've talked about that before. The transparency makes it so easier to understand the direction of where your GM wants to go. Everything is not so secret service. Everything is a need-to-know basis. You're getting it direct from the horse's mouth. He's saying what he doesn't like. He's saying what he does like. So as far as like some people saying, man, we got to trade up to get this player. I don't see that in this particular GM. This GM says, I like my draft picks. I like to build the draft. So I don't see him necessarily trading up for anyone, but I can still see him also still trading back, to try to get more picks.
Now, I have a question for you. Stop right there. I have a question for all of y'all. I'm glad you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Which pick would be the most smartest to trade? Would it be 48 or 79? Because when you look at that 48, there's going to be guys that slip through the gap that could be first-round picks. As I told y'all, look at Xavier Watts just last year. To me, he was a late first-round talent, but he slipped through the cracks because a lot of people just weren't sure about his size and him playing multiple positions. They thought he was going to be a project, sort of like what Troy Anderson was going to be when we drafted him in the 2nd round. But I want to know from y'all perspective, 48 or 79, which one y'all trading? Because if I'm looking at 48, if I can get somebody at 48 that could slide down the board, possibly to around 55, 60 range, I'm making that deal, especially if we've been talking about Zachariah Branch, and a lot of people have him going late 2nd, early 3rd. If he's still there in the late 2nd, do you make that move and get the extra draft picks? I just want to know y'all thoughts on that.
To me, I think it's honestly going to be the way that the board is looking, because it really is going to depend on the talent that is there, how much talent is there that's on your board, because every team has their board. So how much of your board is still left on there? And
agree.
Is there more guys that you can look at? Because I don't think that now don't get me wrong, and we're going to talk about that too. There can be possible for a need, but our GM has also said you can get yourself in trouble trying to chase a need instead of just going after a player and just possibly stacking their position. So with that being said, it's going to come down to who's on the board, how much of your board is still there to be like, okay, can we afford to move down from 48 to, let's say, 63? Can we afford that and some of our guys still be there? Or can you look at it to where it's like, all right, we're going to stay pat here, but our guys from, let's say, 75 on down within the type 100. If you can move back to like 91, 92, I think that's around in the Cowboys range or something like that. They possibly may want to draft trade with you. You never know. And you can still be somewhere not too far away from 79, but still be able to get another one of your guys too. So it's tough. It's really tough. It really is going to me.
But think about this also, Chris. Think about the position that they need is the deepest ones in the draft. You look at wide receiver, deep as hell. Defensive tackle, deep. Offensive line, deep. So when you look at their needs, all of them are deep. All of them deep. That's what I'm saying. When you got a lot of talent in certain positions, that can afford you to move back. So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm looking at the perspective as those three positions just so deep in this draft that you can say, hey, if we miss out on this guy, we can go to that guy, because as I said,
that's why I said who's on your board. That's also why
I'm gonna tell you this too, and I'll let Cam go. And this is just my thought, if Zachariah Branch, Christian Miller, or Lee Hunter and the other defensive tackle, what's his name? Well, Caden McDonald, first rounder.
No,
right. If those four players are gone by the time we get to 48, I can see us trading back, because I think that's their top four on the board. Just saying.
Yeah.
I agree. I think, and this may not mean anything, but looking at reports, different social platforms, the Falcons were deep for UGA's pro day. And they are, I think, and I've said this before and I will say it again. When you think about Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean, Nolan Smith, just to name a few Bulldogs, I think last year it finally clicked to them that when you're getting a player from UGA, you know what you're getting.
Championship.
You're getting championship pedigree. This is Kirby Smart.
Facts.
As an individual who has covered Kirby Smart, he not like all these other college football coaches. And I think I agree, and I agree with Smitty. And I agree with you as well, Tip. Obviously, it depends on your board. But when I sit here and say that I think it would not surprise me if Ian Cunningham and the Falcons draft at least two players from Georgia, one of them being Zachariah Branch. I think they want to draft Zachariah Branch. I really believe that. Now, whether it's Christian Miller or someone else, that's, again, you still know what you're getting. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't recall the Falcons ever being as present as they were at a UGA Pro Day in the past, like they were this year, a few weeks ago.
About it, Cam, they would be more deep at Clemson Pro Day than anywhere, and that's up the road. So
yes.
UGA, that's a good point. But go ahead.
No. I was done, but I was just wanting to make a point that I think they are. I don't know. It's just, there's no way that you can't, that when you saw Philadelphia win a championship 2 years ago, there's no way, or just last year, excuse me, I had a very difficult time not thinking to myself like, dang, Atlanta could have had Jalen Carter. Atlanta could have had Jordan Davis. Atlanta could have had Nakobe Dean. Atlanta could have had Nolan Smith. And these aren't just your ragtag role players that just came off the bench. You don't win 2 championships without 4 of those players that I just mentioned. And I know people want to say, oh, well, a college football national championship isn't like a Super Bowl. You're darn straight it isn't. But at Georgia,
it's about the coaching.
Yeah, bro. And the thing about it, though, Cam, those same players that you just said has both now.
Bingo.
Jordan
And
Davis is paid as the highest defensive lineman of all time. Think about
it. All time in history. And if you want to be technical,
we talk about Reggie White, Bruce Smith, names like that.
Agreed. No, I was just gonna say too. If we're talking receivers as well, when I was watching Gunnar Stockton this year, and I was watching Carson Beck all throughout this year, the one thing occurred to me is that you can't. Now, I personally am not a huge fan of Mike Bobo, the offensive coordinator at UGA. I'm personally not a big fan of him. That's just me personally. But when you look at Carson Beck and Gunnar Stockton, one of the reasons why Carson Beck played so well is that he had receivers around him.
Facts.
Me personally, Gunnar Stockton, if we're talking, Gunnar Stockton is a better dual threat quarterback than Carson Beck. Carson Beck's not really known as a dual threat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if we're looking at the receivers that Carson Beck had at UGA when in his final year at UGA, compared to the receivers that Gunnar had at UGA, I'm just like, hey, you know what you're getting from these players. And that's why I believe if Gunnar had a quality, I'm sorry, I'm not saying Gunnar wasn't a quality quarterback, but if Zachariah Branch had Carson Beck, I personally believe that Zachariah Branch would be a lot higher on people's mock drafts than what we're originally seeing. In other words, I could see him being a first rounder.
Yeah, because you think about it, he goes into UGA in just 1 year. And
exactly.
The reception record. We talk about AJ Green. We talking about Muhammad Massacre, Andre Hastings. I can just keep going. But when you think about the receivers that have been through Georgia, he's the best one. Just think about that. Just like
was another one,
just like Stetson Bennett will get the credit he deserves as a quarterback.
Exactly.
Just think about that. But go ahead, let's get it. My bad.
No, you good, big bro. I agree with what Tip said earlier, man. It just really depends, if the Falcons, whether they want to stand pat or trade back, it really depends on who you have on your draft board. Who they had their mindset of, and then what's their mentality? Are they going for need, or is it going to be back to what we saw in the past regimes? Meaning, okay, we're taking the best player available. We don't know. So, I'm aligned with Tip. It's like who do they have, on their board, and if they're still there, then I don't see no reason in moving back. Now, if say Zachariah Branch and Christian Miller are not there, just saying, for the sake of this conversation, they're not there, then I would entertain them moving back. Well, they're gone now, so let's see what we can get if we move back a couple spots.
Right.
But I really don't know, big bro and Tip. I really don't know what's the best move, whether stand pat or trading back. I don't know. Just really depends.
Yeah, Solomon, that's who I was talking about. Caleb Banks, Christian Miller, Lee Hunter. Them are the three defensive linemen I think they're, aimed at the most. That's just my opinion. Zachariah Branch, he's another one. And I could throw Chris Johnson in there, the cornerback from San Diego State. If he's there at 48, they've got to take him because they need a number 2 guy. He could come in right away as a rookie and battle for that number 2 cornerback spot. So yeah, it's just how you gonna look at it. But here go a quick question: do you see him trading a player? Do y'all see him trading anybody?
I can see it. I can definitely see it. We've been talking about it. It's a possibility that Kyle Pitts can be out of here. It's a possibility that Jesse Bates could be out of here. Just thinking about guys that really has nothing to do with Ian Cunningham and the new regime. We already don't see guys like Tyler Algier get up out of here, which he deserved that money. But at the end of the day, if it comes down to the right deal to be made around draft time, you possibly could see it. Falcons still have until July 15th to make something right or make something shake with Kyle Pitts. It's a possibility that we don't know how negotiations are going. There's nothing coming out about it. But the fact that, you could still move on from him. You can also get a tight end from anywhere else. Now, I'm not just saying package him up and just get him out of here. But I just feel like he is the highest candidate. And until I see him trotting out there week 1, I really do feel like there's a chance for Kyle Pitts to not be here. Again, I'm not saying trade Pitts. I'm just saying who could be the likely suspect. that's
true.
Who could be the likely suspect? Because even with Jesse,
I give you another take on that, though, Chris.
Yeah,
I give you another take on that. The reason why I feel like he's expendable, one, because there are 2 to 3 tight ends in this draft that I feel like can come in as rookies and produce right away. 2, there's a guy in Chicago named Cole Kmet who Ian Cunningham drafted.
Sure did.
A late round pick for same type production, cheaper contract, and if they resign him, it's still a cheaper contract. So it's reasons why I said Kyle Pitts could be traded. It's not just that, and people always in my comments saying, "Man, why are you trying to get rid of Kyle Pitts?" No, it's the nature of the game. You can't pay everybody. You have to find a way around big contracts. That's what straddles your team. Look at what's going on who is it? Miami? Look at what Miami is doing right now. $100 million for one player. How stupid is that?
Sometimes it gets like that when the dead cap is like that. And also remember going back to our GM again, what did he say? We're thinking about Bijan and Drake's contracts after the draft. I ain't hear nothing about KP.
I ain't hear nothing about him either.
Yeah, I mean, never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Fellas, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Okay.
If it's me, Tip, I've expressed it to you, big bro. I expressed it to you. If I'm gonna pay anybody, I'm looking at KP before I'm looking at a Drake London. That's just me, bro. That's just me.
Hey, Drake don't look at that, Cam, because I've said that 1,000 times. And people
that's just me. That's just me. Drake. I see the look on your face. You get your hand on your mouth, Cam. I got it. But let me tell you why.
Yeah,
Drake is a great player. He's a good football player. But to me, Drake is not a game changer. Kyle Pitts is. Kyle Pitts is a mismatch nightmare. You put him you put him on the outside, you put him in the slot, you do whatever. He's a mismatch nightmare, bro. You cannot coach 6'6", 245 and run a 4-4, 4-3, 4-4. You cannot coach that, bro. If it was me, I'm paying Kyle Pitts before I'm paying Drake London, and I would look at options to see what can I get for Drake London. I said it, and I stand on business with that.
I said it 1,000 times. I stand by it.
I
take that $20 saving, but $20 million saving. But go ahead, Cam.
You know what's crazy? Let's get it. I was just about to ask, would you keep KP over Drake or vice versa?
Hey,
and I'll be real.
I would keep KP all day, every day, twice on Sundays. Because I'm telling you right now, Cam, if somebody else let's just say Andy Reid got his hands on KP. Let's just say that happens, right? And KP balls out. What's the narrative that's going to be said? Damn, Atlanta, y'all had him, and y'all let him go. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying.
You're not.
That's definitely going to be the narrative. My thing is,
Antonio agree with you.
Narrative.
Antonio agree with us. Go ahead.
And I was about to say that's going to be the narrative either way. Even if you let Drake go, and let's say Drake is 1,000-yard receiver for the rest of his career. Let's say he has at least 10 plus touchdowns multiple times in his career. Regardless of the top speed, they're gonna be like, Atlanta, you fumble. So again, it's tomato. It's just like, which one are you willing to take a risk on? Your wide receiver, who actually the past 2 seasons has evolved into a better receiver, just all around. He blocks. He's one of the best blocking wide receivers in the league. And one thing about that 6'6", 245, he don't block as good as Drake London. Also,
because he's a receiver.
I mean,
Kyle Pitts is a receiver.
But my thing is, so is Drake London, and he gets out there and blocks in the run game.
You're right.
He gets out
Facts.
there.
I give it,
and lead the way for some of our running backs. We've seen Drake London get up and be ready to fight the whole team. I've seen in that same game Kyle Pitts walking the other way. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm not disputing what you're saying, Tim, but what I'm saying is if Drake London, when it comes to his contract situation, when I'm talking about you getting that big payday as a receiver, if you getting that kind of money, to me, that's game. A number one wide receiver is a game changer. That's just me, man. That's just me. You look at the passing from your Julios to your Calvin Johnsons to your Jamar Chases of today. It's a whole list I can come from. Justin Jefferson is another one. Top that you have a game plan for them. Ain't nobody game planning for Drake. Let it call it what it is. Because when we had trash ass Marcus Mariota, we had trash ass Taylor Heineke. What was defenses doing when it came to Cowboys? They were still bracketing them. They were still backing them with two subpar quarterback play. That should tell you something right there.
Think about this too. We talking about blocking. Bill Callahan is here now, so he gonna help Kyle with that blocking too.
That's why I was going with the offensive
line. Not on the offensive lineman, everybody on that damn offense. Period.
So that means Drake gonna be even better blocker. Okay,
could be, could be.
But my thing is not just on the blocking though. Route running, you got to get at the Drake because we already know what Kyle Pitts do best: run that straight line, run diagonally across the middle. But Drake London can do all those things. My thing is sometimes the market is the market, and sometimes you have to pay for better play. Sometimes you do. I'm not saying that Drake London deserves 40 million. I'm not even saying Drake deserves 35. But my thing is, we can all agree he deserves more than 29, which is what Alex
sure does.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
Which is why they should have paid him last year. And see, this is the thing with me. This is why I'm still suspect about it. To me, them not paying him last year, that's a Trae Young treatment. Let's keep it real.
I mean, you say about Kyle Pitts though. That's why now you got you got this franchise tag, and it's still not a guarantee that anything is going to happen afterward. He signed that franchise tag when he got the OTA. Exactly. But it still doesn't mean anything, man. The deal can possibly get done. It can possibly not. At the end of the day, I still think that behind the scenes, Ian Cunningham is doing this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's his job.
It's his job to phone calls. Bijan and Lester are the only two safe starters. We know Jake Matthews ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm about to say Jake too.
Lester and Bijan, outside of them and Terrell, I think they're the top 4 players that can't be touched. Anybody else is up.
And again, the only reason why Jake is a non-touchable is because that dead cap. That dead cap went up.
Sure.
We don't get that cane down the road so many times that it's just to the point to where it's like, okay, Jake, if you can, retire as a Falcon. Because my goodness, cutting you would just
What's the Derrick cap sitting at right now? If y'all don't mind me asking.
I believe off the top of my head, I believe it's like 40 million, 41 million.
It was 38. Yeah.
Because of that Kirk Cousins deal, huh?
Yeah.
Not just with Jake, just with his contract, all the restructures. Remember all the restructures.
Yeah.
Remember how we just kept kicking Matt down, that's what's going on with Jake now. So I'm saying and I'm praying that Jake Matthews never gets another injury as long as he plays football, because most likely it's going to be in Atlanta.
Right.
Very true.
And they got time to get ready because the Super Bowl in Atlanta in 2 years. Just think about that. So, hey.
But that depends on the quarter. But that depends on quarterback play, though. If we're being honest, because can you all sit here? As much as y'all have been watching me as I raise my right hand, how much I am a Michael Penix Jr. stan and how much I am rooting for this dude. Can you all honestly sit here and say with confidence that he will be our franchise quarterback in 2 years?
I can't. I can say that right now.
I can't say that.
Wait a minute, Cam. You said you're asking me to say that with my whole chest?
Yes.
I can't do it, bro.
I can't do it, man.
I can't
do it.
I want to so bad, But my thing is, when I start talking fanboy-ish, I'll say that for lack of a better term. When I start talking like that, my logic starts beating me upside the head, and it's just like, bro, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm just not gonna let logically, like, you already have seen this. If Michael Penix didn't play for the Atlanta Falcons, we've seen this all from afar with the Seattle Seahawks or something like that.
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
Man, they got a situation going up there in Seattle because I don't know what's going on with Michael and his knees. Who says he's going to be able to keep up like that? Now, don't get me wrong. There's been players that has had multiple knee injuries and even played positions to where you had to zig and zag and still been able to do such.
Frank Gore.
Frank Gore. You know what I'm saying? Even linebackers.
What is the
Exactly. So it's not impossible. It's just he plays the most important position in football. And the fact that he has already had multiple injuries, and the fact now you bring in another left-hand quarterback, which you really should have did from the beginning, but I understand, people have to become available. But at the same time, you bring in this new lefty quarterback who also has something to prove. Yeah, he's had an injury history too, a very scary one. But at the same time, we already know one thing that I know that two things I know Tua can do right now better than Michael Penix, and that is being respectful because Tua has been in the league longer. He has that touch on the ball, and he throws receivers open.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's anticipation.
Yeah.
Think about
very
it.
accurate with the football.
On nobody. I'm just being real here. I want Michael to succeed because, for one thing, I know Michael has been in that dark room because look how many times he's been injured. You gotta think about how strong a person's mental and the circle around him is to be able to continue to come back and come back and come back. So that's why, like, I would love for the fairy tale comeback Hallmark movie story to happen in Atlanta. But will it happen? We don't know. We just can't confidently say that.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get the opportunity. I mean, because no matter what nobody says, you got to justify taking him top 10. So he's going to get the opportunity. But we gonna see. By the find out.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair, man.
What's next on the?
I got one for you. Let's stay right here with the draft. Let's stay right here with injuries.
Okay.
Yes, we signed somebody, but how big is Caleb McGarry? Like, how much is he going to be missed? We've seen that he was missed tremendously last year. We talked about how slow Caleb is in pass pro, but we know one thing that Caleb did was that run game. And last year, we missed him, Falcon fans. I don't care what y'all say. We missed Caleb McGarry on that right side. And honestly, if Penix was going to go down, I would have preferred for it to be like at least Caleb McGarry over there, a starter, than somebody who, let's just keep it real, has been bouncing around in Elijah Wilkinson and getting all those false starts.
He's a bum. He's a bum.
Right. And my thing is, and then you want to leave, and leave out talking ish just because the fans were on you. My thing is, when you play bad, the fans are going to be on you. And we signed Jaron Taylor, but guess what? The Kansas City Chiefs fan base is talking about him the same way we talk about Wilkinson.
Yeah.
So, with all that said, is offensive line a main priority over all those other positions now, because you got to make sure you anchor that blind side.
Damn, Chip, you had to go there, didn't you?
It all goes down to how, like you said, with the first part on how the board falls.
Yeah.
But as I've been looking at mock drafts and reading up on things, one name that just keeps coming up around that 79 mark. It's Austin Barber from Florida. That's who I'm looking at number 79. And I agree with you.
Athletic background too. Used to play some basketball.
Exactly. Yep. So when you talk about quick footwork, playing both sides swing tackle, he comes in day one, competes for that starting spot. No matter if Jawan Taylor here or not, because it's a 1-year deal up to $5 million, so they're not losing anything. So when you look at Austin Barber, offensive line absolutely gonna be a priority in this draft. Why? Because if you think about the key player to the whole team, what does he play? Running back. That's why Bijan Robinson didn't go for 2,000 yards last year. If Caleb McGarry starts the whole season, he easily gets 2,000 yards rushing.
Agreed.
Just saying.
That's not all purpose. That's not all purpose yards. That's
I'm just talking about rushing.
Running the football.
Yeah. But go ahead. Who next?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna be real because I saw one of the comments, and it said that Mike was better than Tua, but we have to protect him. And let me just say for the and I mean this in the most respectful way possible to Elijah Wilkinson.
I'm gonna back you up on this one. Go ahead.
To Elijah Wilkinson, you are in no position to really talk down on the Falcons the way that you did. When the fans called you out for what you did, and I'm not saying you were the reason Mike got injured, but
Uh-oh.
Man. I ain't saying that you are the reason Mike got injured. But there were some times where you missed you missed some blocking where Michael Penix Jr. should have been out earlier than the Carolina game where he got injured. And the fact that you not only threw your team, you threw Kyle Pitts and Darnell Mooney under the bus.
Yep.
You folded. You folded exactly like you folded to some fans. And respectfully, hey, I was sold on you. I thought you was good to start the season. You liked the post of mine on Instagram. So I'm like, hey, we gang. But now, when you get called out on some bull jive that you executed, you want to talk on the Falcons. Brother, you were getting got like less than 4 weeks into the season started. You can't, there's just no way that you can sit up here and say with a clear conscience that Atlanta is a clown show when you executed clown behavior to a fan. Now, it is no foregone conclusion that Atlanta has its issues. We all know that. I have been the guy to say, look, Arthur Blank, sell the team. I have been that dude to say that for half the season. We all know Atlanta has its issues. But I'm sorry, you weren't really signed to anybody until Caleb McGarry tore his ACL. So you were really a contingency plan. You were a B option. Nobody wanted you. You said, oh well, hey, they came knocking on our door. They came to me. No, we came to you because you were the only option available. You were a contingency plan.
And you were here before.
And they didn't want you. That's why you got shipped off the first time. So the fact, listen, I get it. Do we all want Kyle Pitts to play better? Do we all want Darnell Mooney to have played better in his second year? Abso-freaking-lutely. I am the guy included. But when you sit there and you disrespect your teammates and you mention their name word for word, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. To answer your question, yes, right tackle is a priority. But when you sit there and you disrespect your teammates who ain't do jack squat to you, you're a clown.
Yeah.
I just hope you don't pull Tyler to that bullshit in Arizona.
Exactly.
Yeah, gosh, please don't. And my thing is, those who have played team sports, I've played team sports. I'm pretty sure you guys have played team sports as well. No, man. You cannot like a guy. Okay, we can handle that in the locker room or whatever the case may be. But that right there, calling out your teammates like that, that's a no. You know,
That's
there's
a
a way.
no.
Quote unquote in the streets tip. We all know that's like breaking the bro code, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's breaking the bro code.
Yeah.
especially on the way out the door. It's not like we all on the same team still, and you know, you calling out different people and everything. Maybe we can work that out. I mean, you on the way out the door, and then you just want to call people out. It just at the end of the day, man.
But
normally,
that just like
that's a no.
that's just like you just jumping at somebody after you done tried to fight them, and you on the other end of the damn hallway, and you know they can't get to you. So, but
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. But
Hey, listen, I wish him nothing but the best in Arizona. You're back there again.
Mhm.
Congratulations. I wish you nothing but the best, Elijah Wilkinson. I hope you win a Super Bowl.
That's never going to happen. And don't get
Exactly.
cut.
Exactly.
Don't get cut,
Let's
Elijah
get it.
Wilkinson. Because you really think the fans got on you when you left out the door?
I'm going in. Better not get cut.
Don't get cut.
But speaking of that, man, hey man, we talked about Falcons. I mean, we know you can talk about Falcons for hours and hours on end. But man, it's time to change a little gears. Time to shift gears a little bit and let's talk about some Atlanta Hawks, man. When is the last time we really been able to talk about the Atlanta Hawks in a good light?
Yeah.
In a few years, about 2021-ish vibes, you know. And it's so funny because history and just the universe, God, I'm talking to everybody because of whatever you believe in. My thing is, it's funny how it all works out and plays out because the same team that you beat to move on and go on that, I got to call it historic because, hey, it's not been a lot of, we've only been to the Eastern Conference Finals twice, really, since really, 1959? So it's just like, and that was St. Louis. So
that was St. Louis,
yeah, like 58, 59. So again, the Atlanta Hawks have only been twice. That was the 60-win team. They got swept by LeBron James and the Cavaliers. And then also the Atlanta Hawks and the Bucks have one twisted ankle away because I believe we was going to beat them.
I believe it.
That was the referee fault. That was the referee fault.
I swear, man. We just had the momentum. Trey was on one. It was at the end of the day, like, remember, Trey game one had like 48 and
11. I remember it like it was yesterday, too.
11. With a couple of rebounds to go with it and a couple of steals in there, too. And my goodness, Trey, again, that was some of the best basketball that I seen Trey play as far as like consistent because it was like he went in almost like with a Napoleon mindset, as in I'm short, but I'm finna take all y'all down. Yeah. And honestly, he had the right pieces around him. He had the lemon pepper Lou, you know, and talking to him in his ear as well. He had Gallo. Remember Gallo? Remember how big Gallo was for us?
Sure,
so it's
Bogey, Kevin Herter,
Clint Capella.
Clint Capella, man, the piece that we needed because we didn't really have a center. So and then remember Houston wanted to go that small ball route, and how did that work out for you? But anyway, it goes Clint Capella comes over to Atlanta, and it all meshed at that one time. Now we're getting to a point in time to where this is a young team. We got some veterans that are meshing in again. Now, I'm not saying we're going to necessarily go out and smack these guys like we did New York back then, but we gave ourselves an opportunity. It's a new season. We're in the dance. The first time in the dance in a few seasons now. What about since 2022 season? So it's like, guys, I need to know first and foremost, how excited are you guys to be in the playoffs, not to play in, aka what I call the Atlanta Hawks Invitational, not that, but to actually be in the playoffs, man, and with an actual opportunity to possibly upset the Knicks more so than having to play the Cavs. I ain't gonna lie, I was worried about playing the Cavs. Their front court, and then, you know, but we can, et cetera, et cetera. But how do y'all feel about being in the playoffs and the excitement?
I love it, man. I think it's great. It's great for the city. You know, let's just cut to the chase. They're better without Trae Young. No disrespect to Trey. That's
Facts.
no slight to him. We appreciate what Trey was able to do for us. Was able to lead us to a conference finals for the first time in 2021 since 2015, when unfortunately, like you said, Tip, they got swept by Cleveland.
And we got a couple of games too.
And we got a couple games as well. And that's no disrespect, but you look at a player like Nikhil Alexander-Walker, who has really become an A option scorer for this Hawks team. And you look at a Jalen Johnson, who is a walking triple-double. I'm excited. And the thing with New York is there are two things. Number one, in regards to New York, I think with the Hawks, one of the concerns that I may have is how New York will expose Atlanta's lack of size in the post. You have Karl Anthony Towns, who's 6'11", and a Mitchell Robinson, who's 7 feet tall.
All right, he's around that same area, like 6'10", 6'11".
6'10", 6'11", versus a Jock Landale and Onyeka Okongwu and Mo Guy. And if you ask me, Onyeka Okongwu is not a true 5. I believe he could be a stretch 5, right? I think he could be, he's a great stretch 5. To me personally, he plays more like a 4, if you ask me, just from the amount of shots, the amount of comfortability and confidence he has, at the perimeter. But I believe it's going in terms of how long the series can go, because I believe that can be a 7-game series. We're going to see Atlanta truly. They need a center. They need a shot, like a solid rim protector. Amen. But having said that, the thing that makes Atlanta dangerous is that they can win on the road in New York. If Atlanta wins one game at Madison Square Garden, can we honestly say that Atlanta can win the series? I can, because Atlanta can win it. Atlanta, they're, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is about it. I don't know what it is about the air. I don't know what it is about State Farm Arena. It genuinely feels like Atlanta is a torture chamber for opposing teams. And when we come out swinging, we come out fighting. And I will say, though, if that happens, Atlanta has to execute, because just because you have home court advantage, that doesn't mean that the opposing team can't steal a game. Same way Atlanta can steal one in New York, same way New York can steal one in Atlanta and regain home court advantage. Exactly. So I am excited. I believe we're going to learn a lot about both teams in this first round series. I think if you ask me, I know this isn't a part of the question, but when it comes to the draft, there's a lot of talent in this upcoming draft, from Darren Peterson to Darius Acuff to AJ DeBonta, Caleb Wilson, Cam Boozer. There's a whole lot of talent. And obviously we get New Orleans first round pick. We're gonna get. I believe we're gonna get one of them. There's a lot that's gonna we can work with in this draft. But I'm gonna be real, fellas. Tip, I know you said you're glad that they didn't play Cleveland. I'm gonna be real. I'm kind of glad they didn't play Cleveland either.
Bad third quarter last week. They win.
Yeah, man. Like, I ain't even gonna lie.
Quarter, they win.
See,
but
and
crazy.
My thing is Okongwu. My thing is, I'm gonna give Onyeka a little bit of grace and flowers here, because since Clint first of all was up and down out of the lineup, and then finally Onyeka took over. Onyeka was been out there fighting for his life. Seems like night in and night out. Yeah, and there's just a lot of times to where it's just the size and just the flow of the game swallows him up. And that's no knock to him, and that's not his fault, because at the end of the day, he ain't getting no taller. So again, like for the longest, he's been out there fighting for his life. I think Onyeka, it would be so good continuously working on his game and to be solid at the 4. Or when you want to play small ball, he is perfect for that.
Yeah, sure is.
Starting center, it's very, very hard for me to see the Atlanta Hawks the way that the East is and the way that just the West is too, because there's some teams that'll smack you out of the West. It's hard to see Onyeka Okongwu, your starting center, and you're hoisting a Larry O'Brien.
Well, let me ask you this, Tip. You the Hawks expert on the panel, you and Cam, and let's get it. I talk basketball, but I'm not as fluent like football. But I will say this: I know about matchups. Mm-hmm. We talk about Mitchell Robinson. We talk about Cat. Mm-hmm. This is where Jalen Johnson will flourish. Which one of those guys can keep up on him at the perimeter?
Oh, there would be none of that.
From the Knicks?
He's going to play the 4. So if either one of them guys play the 4, they've got to guard him.
Well, see,
and who's going to stop him?
Well, see, there you have it, because they're probably going to throw OG. They're probably going to throw
Mikal Bridges at him.
Well, see, it's going to be maybe some looks of Mikal Bridges, but let's just be honest. If Jalen gets anywhere down in that painted area, Mikal don't want no parts of that. So even he's a great defender. I'm just talking about size-wise, the way that Jalen now has that turnaround jumper. I think Jalen can utilize that if he gets down in that painted area or just in his spots, because he does like that turnaround right there toward the baseline. So he does like that right there too. I mean, similar to Braun, but
Anunoby, no matter who he see, this is the thing. Depending on how they structure the lineup, either way it goes, Anunoby gonna have a hard matchup, because if he has to guard Jalen Johnson, that's gonna be tough. And then you got to bring in Jonathan Kuminga as well, somebody that can rebound, can shoot from the mid range. He's gonna have a hard matchup no matter what. So I think those two guys, the tough matchups, and like somebody said in the chat, if Dyson Daniels locks up Jalen Brunson, it's over with.
Yeah. Dyson Daniels. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let's get it speaking 2 seconds.
No, go ahead, Cam. Be good, brother. Go ahead.
Dyson Daniels is the key to this series. We talk about Jalen Johnson. We talk about CJ McCollum. We talk about Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Onyeka Okongwu. I don't think people genuinely understand how important Dyson Daniels really is to this series. If you don't have Dyson Daniels, because I would assume, let's just go ahead and assume that his assignment is going to be to contain Jalen Brunson or limit. You're not going to stop Jalen Brunson. That's a given. Jalen Brunson is a walking 30 point per game player. You're not going to stop him. You can limit him, and you can make it difficult on him.
Make it tough on him.
You can make it very tough on him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so confident that I have confidence in this Hawks squad to deliver a great series, let alone win it, because you have Dyson Daniels, and he's the key. You can go ahead. Let's get it.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out the way right now. This series is going 7 games. I'm calling it right now. I think it's going the full 7 games. I do agree that Dyson Daniels is the key, but I'm telling you my value personally especially going into the playoffs. I cannot tell y'all how big trade for CJ McCollum actually really is, bro. Yes. That was huge. And I'm gonna tell you why it is huge. But it's gonna come some games in this series, just like it was last week when New York came down to the A, and it was a nip and tight game. We all saw with our own 2 eyes. Jalen was struggling. Nall was struggling. You need that vet. Just like, okay, look, calm down, give me the ball. I got us. You see what I'm saying? That's why, if we can let me go with Jalen Johnson. As great as he is, come this postseason, he's gonna get his opportunity to showcase what he can do. But he's got to develop that killer mentality. I get the Hawks. We led the league in assists over 30 assists a game, right? Moving the ball, don't move the ball. But it's gonna come a time where you say, damn it, I gotta take over. And Jalen Johnson's got to develop that mentality. He's got to, bro. I'm just telling you like it is. There was a lot of times in that game against last week against the Knicks, where Jalen was just like, he just passed it off. Everybody was leaning on the kill. I'm like, no, Jay, this your team.
But crazy thing is, Sean, let me tell you, this is starting to remind me of, and I talked to one of my cousins about this about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I said, this is the perfect time for Jalen Johnson to turn to the 06 Dwayne Wade. You remember when they won that ring? When he was coming to like his third season, and he said, well, I got Shaq and Udonis Haslem. I think Mike Miller was on that team as well.
Mike Miller was a part of that squad too.
But
Carlos
when
Arroyo
Dwayne
was a
Wade,
part of that. Yeah.
He played decent up to that finals. But something he clicked in that finals, and he said, I got to take this over. 35 points a game.
To go down.
I see that same thing happening with Jalen Johnson. Just let him hit that right stride at the right time, get that confidence. It's over. Yeah. And that's in the East. That's anybody in the East. Because think about it. The Hawks had the best record in the East the second half of the season.
And nobody was talking about us. Nobody. Nobody.
Streaking like no other. So guess what? That's going to carry over into the playoffs if they hit the stride at the right time. Because think about it, they match up well with the Celtics, the Cavs, the Knicks, anybody in the East. Now in the West, it's a different story. But at the same time, they have a young team that can run. And Jonathan Kuminga was probably the best trade they made in franchise history. Let's just keep it real.
Sure.
Hey, here's the scary part, fella. I'm gonna let you go, Tip. Here's the scary part. Jonathan Kuminga, he's getting healthy. He's getting healthier as he keeps playing. He's getting healthy, and he's showing it in his gameplay. But all I'm saying is about Jalen Johnson is Chip, Cam, big bro. He's got to be assertive. I don't want him to defer. I get the ball movement. I get that part, bro. But it's gonna be times in this series, man, where you just like, okay, I'm not deferring not a damn thing no more. I'm gonna take us home. Right with
easy though, A1. I'm sorry, that's easy though, Sean. That comes from working with LeBron in the offseason. That's where that comes from. He's giving him that mentality. He's giving that mentality. Yeah,
sure
I get that part. You know, you can work with whoever you want to in the offseason, but when in the playoffs, everybody know it's a different animal versus the playoffs versus the regular season. When them lights get bright and big, and trust me, it's gonna be big. Trust me, it's gonna come in this series. It's gonna be big for Jalen Johnson to assert himself. He's got to, fellas. I'm just telling the truth. But go ahead, my bad, brother.
Well, first of all, just to finish off with the Jalen Johnson thing, yes, he does have to assert himself. But at the same time, I know we want the results right now, but we have to give him some grace. He didn't get this team officially until about January.
Great point.
You gotta think about this too. Like coming into the season, even when he was playing well without Trey, until the message was conveyed to everybody, hey, Trey is officially not a part of this plan. We are seeking a trade. Go ahead and say your goodbyes and all that stuff like that, because the players know before we do. So my thing is, when he finally had the realization that, hey, wait a minute, this is my team now. It was in January. So you got to think about it too. He is still learning how to be the number one guy, because his entire career, he never had to even worry about that. Trey was the guy. And everybody knew Trey was the guy.
You're right, too. I stand back on that. Great point. I didn't even think about that. I was looking at immediate result.
You're still right now. Assert yourself, because at the end of the day, it's been guys who've been given the team day one and went out and got it. It's been the guys giving the team year 3 and went out and got it. I mean, look at Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He wasn't the guy initially. He had to go to a whole nother team, be a part of a trade, work on his game. Now he is possibly about to be another MVP, and he's got a championship ring again. Sometimes you have to work on it. But at the end of the day, he has the pieces around him. Now, Cam, I want to go to your point about Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels, man, I promise you that young man has been making me look good ever since he's been coming over, because I've been talking about how good he can be. People called me crazy when I said, put Dyson in the starting lineup next to Trey. You gonna put him in there and he averaged it. I was like, bro, he gonna get oppos. Sometimes players just need oppos. And what did he do? Went and almost won the freaking Defensive Player of the Year award, and he still should have
won it.
he still should have got it. But whatever. Shout out to the Big Man Award. That's what
Wimby got it last year, so
all right, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like with Evan Mobley and all the rest of those guys, it's just like it should be the Big Man Award. But Dyson Daniels is also key, bro, because think about it. He's going to be left open so much in this series because they're banking on him not being able to jump shoot, him not being able to knock down a three. If Dyson can somewhat shoot at least 30, give me anywhere from 29 to 33% in this series from three, and the Knicks are done.
Yeah.
Because because what's going to happen? Teams are going to be like, dang, hold on, he making too many threes. We got to run out there a little bit. And Dyson, his best attribute as far as on offense is being able to get in that paint.
Rim run.
Get in the paint, rim run. Then he's going to be able to help create for others because Dyson over in Australia is a natural point guard, and he's going to be able to be the connector to get to Nall, to get to CJ, who, by the way, shout out to CJ for buying in to the team philosophy. That's another reason why it's working with him. Because if he was Portland CJ, it wasn't going to work. But it wasn't. And as for Nikhil Alexander-Walker, I just want him to continue to play his game. But I want others to be able to still be involved, the Hawks to play with that pace, being one of the top teams in the league in pace. The Knicks don't a lot of teams want to run with the Atlanta Hawks. There's only a couple teams that can be like, all right, we'll run with you.
Only one. That's the Thunder. That's the only one I think.
Okay. I take San Antonio. I put San Antonio on that mix too.
Also San Antonio.
Yeah, I can get crazy
as it sounds. Detroit is when Cade is there. Detroit is versatile enough to put you in the half court, and they can get out and run.
Yeah.
So that team as well. But most teams don't want to run with the Atlanta Hawks. The Knicks definitely don't. They want to slow this down.
Make it a half court game.
They want to make this. They want to make this one of those slow and steady games. One of those 98 to 96 type games. One of those.
But the thing with that,
90s type of game.
If they make it that kind of game, that plays to the Hawks' advantage. Why? Quinn coaches defense better than anyone in the NBA. Think about it.
The experience factor is going to play in. Then if you leave the game that close,
it sure is.
That's playing against the Hawks though, because you're going to have Brunson, who's a good closer. And even though we can throw multiple looks, I would throw Kuminga at Bronson. I would throw Dyson at Bronson, but sometimes I would throw Nall at him too. The only reason why you're throwing those other two guys at him because you want to give Dyson a little break, at least a little bit, and you want to.
Plus, you don't want to get him in foul trouble too. Tip, you don't want to get him in foul trouble because that's
another thing. Because he did what? Because he fouled out against the Knicks.
He fouled out that game. Last week against the Knicks.
Sure.
He fouled out.
No. Was that the Knicks game or was that the Cavs?
No,
that was the Cavs.
That was the
Knicks
game.
Terrible officiating game, and the Cavs had. Oh my God, the Cavs had like 19 free throws at the end of like the first half or something like that. We only had like 3. It was a terrible officiated game, but either way it goes. So, but my point is just you don't want to let's get it. Just say you don't want him to get into that mode to where he's getting into foul trouble because then he's going to get in his head. And once he gets in his head, his defense changes. When Dyson has to change his defense, his whole game on defense just really changes, and he just tries to just deflect the pass or something. He's not as aggressive or anything. Another thing, and you guys let me know what you think about this, and even in the chat. What do y'all think about pulling out the old school LeBron James page or playbook? What the Cavs did to us back in 2015. Now it's going to be a little difficult because we don't have the big, but at the same time, what about putting Jalen Brunson in as many pick and rolls as you possibly can muster? Every time down on the court, you got this limitless ball handling, right? You got Nall, you got Dyson, you got Jalen. All these guys, I would be putting this man in the pick and roll every single time. Why? Because on the other end, now you're going to
somebody that can help defend it. Yeah.
Now you're going to be tired. I'm going to let what you have to do on defense, be an extra defender
Dictate.
before we get on offense.
That makes sense.
Perfect
That
sense.
makes sense. That
I
makes
would
sense.
run his behind in the pick and roll forever. I'm just saying.
I damn sure would do it. No question.
My thing is, how many times did we see that happen to Trae Young? Think about it. Even with CJ, CJ's going to, first of all, they're going to do that to CJ too, by the way. We might as well do it back to them because CJ, him and Bronson are around the same size. I think CJ is a little bigger, maybe a little bit taller, but Bronson, of course, is younger. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I would put him into the pick and roll forever because remember, how did the Cavs beat us? They ran Jeff Teague into a pick and roll forever.
Sure did. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why LeBron said, I figured y'all out. I figured out exactly how to beat y'all. The real defensive liability is Jeff Teague. And they ran his behind in the pick and roll all series, and we didn't get a game.
But you can
rolling up on Kyle Korver, that hurt too.
Yeah, no, I mean you can do that. Like you're asking that question because Atlanta has some of the best perimeter defenders in the league. You can do that when your perimeter defenders are interchangeable, right? When you talk about that Cavs squad that did that with with Jeff Teague, that Cavs squad had Amon Shumpert, J.R. Smith. Matthew Dellavedova. I mean, who was another one? I'm blanking, bro. I'm blanking.
There was squad 09. Was it Mo Williams? They had him.
Williams at one point. I'm blanking.
Kyrie wasn't there yet.
Mo Williams was the point guard. Yeah, Mo Williams.
But still,
hold on.
Veteran.
Was it Gaskins there?
No. Yep. So Judas Gaskins. So he sure was. They started selling. Sure was.
He was.
We talking about in okay.
09?
Back in 15. I'm thinking 09.
15?
No, they had what's my guy name? Oh my goodness. The Russian French guy.
Timothy Mozgov.
Mozgov. Thank you.
Yeah. They had James Jones, Matthew Dellavedova, Amon Shumpert, Tristan Thompson, Timothy Mozgov, J.R. Smith. Kyrie Irving, I wouldn't consider him as one of the best perimeter defenders on the team, but he could get in where he could fit in. Like, hey, do you? But we can have these conversations when you have perimeter defenders legitimate. Dyson Daniels and Nikhil Alexander-Walker, like you can do that. Jonathan Kuminga, you can do that. And I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Again, I don't know. I don't know how Mike Brown is going to game plan for the Hawks, but I really like that the Hawks could take that approach because it really just shows how versatile they can really be, not just with scoring the basketball, but also defending multiple positions as well. And when you brought in, let's get it, made a great point. Like we don't talk about how great of a trade CJ McCollum was to Atlanta. So I don't know, man. I'm curious, very curious.
It's gonna be interesting to see how Quinn goes. But I know if I was a coach, that's one thing I'm just thinking. I'm just looking at who's the low man, who can I take advantage of? Where can I get especially with the Hawks being undersized in the front court and having lack of the depth with no Jacques Lindell. Hopefully he'll return sometime during the series. But right now, as of now, I know I haven't heard anything about him possibly even getting on the court yet. So regardless, guys, I'm running Bronson in the pick and roll forever. And I'm going to train you because if I don't, you're going to be free. You're going to be fresh because they're going to make sure they try to keep you that way no matter what they have to do on the offensive end. So, on the defensive end, hey, you come. Hold on, where Bronson at? Come, bring him here. Bring him here. Bring him here. Bring him again. I don't care if I have to use. I don't care if it's 20 seconds on the clock And I'm trying to, and my thing is, and I put him in 2 or 3 pick and rolls just for the heck of it on one possession. Now, do I want to score? Right. Yeah. But my mindset is, more importantly than scoring, I'm trying to drain your energy. And I want to drain it as fast as I possibly can. So with that being said, boom, there go another, boom, there go another screen. Boom, there go another screen. Dang, we ain't even scored, but you just went through 3 screens and you already feeling it. Now go on another end and get some offense. Okay, do. All right, we're gonna do our thing. Boom, back again. Boom, there go another screen. Boom, there go another screen. I would screen you forever. And then when I'm looking up at the scoreboard at the end of the night, and if you only have 18 points, maybe 4 assists, 5 rebounds, that's a win for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah,
well,
sure is.
The Hawks gotta, play to their strength, which is getting out and run, which means, we got to be able to hold the Knicks to, we got to get stops. Saying that offensive rebound, I know we undersized, but, our strength is getting out and run and using that athleticism, which brings me, Tip and Cam and Smith, I want to ask y'all too. This team really reminds me of another team that we had that was very undersized, but could get out and run. And that was that 08 Hawks team. The one with Bibby, Joe Johnson, and Josh Smith. They took their Invincible Boston Celtics to 7 games, bro. 7 games. Because the Hawks was so athletic and they could run. The Celtics, the only reason why the Celtics won because they had home court advantage. They call it what it is. But all 3 games that was in Atlanta, the Celtics, they couldn't run with them. They couldn't run with them.
Yeah.
And they didn't show it. This team reminds me of that 08 Hawks squad. To that, y'all say what?
They're very athletic. Very athletic. I mean, they're agile, they're strong, they're young. A lot of interchangeable parts, like we just talked about, regarding their perimeter defenders. Why not? I mean, that's a fair conversation to have. I actually respect that comparison, because I mean, they remind me of that, like you said, a young Joe Johnson, a young Josh Smith, a young I am blanking like crazy.
Josh Childress, then they had the vet Mike Bibby. They had the vet Bibby.
Mike Bibby. Yes. Maurice Evans, all of them. Yes.
Yeah, that was a big pickup getting Bibby, man.
Sure was.
We first had
and took the eventual NBA champion Boston. I'm talking about with Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, KG first year there. Took them to 7 games in that first round.
Now, okay. Going into game 7, be real. Going into game 7, how much ish was you talking? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I know. I
knew we wasn't winning that game in game 7. I knew that.
And it's like I knew it, but I'm still gonna talk my ish because we ain't supposed to be in 7 with y'all. So yeah, I'm talking about ish. I talked it. Even when I seen when the game was starting to get out of hand, I was like, that cool. We gonna walk y'all down. I knew good and well we would. But you know what I'm saying?
We scored 65 points in that game 7, bro. It was a wrap. In the second quarter, it was a wrap.
Bro, it was over with. But it ain't gonna lie. At the beginning of the game, until I really knew it was over, I was talking that ish. And a little bit, I seen a little sweat dripping because Boston was thinking, we're supposed to be a championship team. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
So it's like, it was just all fun and giggles at the time. But that's similar to where the New York Knicks are right now because they have championship aspirations. Agreed. They don't went and spent all this money. They don't gave up all these draft picks. And if you lose to the Atlanta Hawks,
like Reese
in 21, remember after they lost us in 21, they did a whole revamp. Okay, bye Julius Randle, bye Frank Ntilikina, bye you. You would
bye RJ Barrett.
Right, that's what I'm saying, bro. Everybody start moving. If the Atlanta Hawks do similar to what they did in 21 and beat the New York Knicks, I don't care if it's 7, 6, 5, I don't care. It don't matter. If they move on to the next round and the Knicks go home, they are going to implode, explode, all the things all over again.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that's the case.
My bad.
One game. If they win one game in New York, it's over in 6.
We got a different. We talking a different series. We talking a different series now.
Man,
But
bro.
to your point, what Tip said and Cam, you said it too. It's just as easy for just say we do steal a game between games 1 and 2. It's just as easy for New York to come down to Atlanta and take home court back. It's just as
Yeah.
easy.
Sure.
So when you got that advantage, you got to. We know when it comes to the playoffs, especially the NBA playoffs, you have got to protect home court. You've
Sure
got to. That's just the fact.
That's what made the
And think
Bulls and
about
the
this
Warriors
too.
so dominant. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to add this a key factor, y'all. We talk about coaching and all this stuff like that, right? Now, remember when we beat the Knicks, that was Tom Thibodeau's, I believe, first season with the Knicks. Now they went to the conference championship. This year is a whole new coach with Mike Brown, whole new philosophy. Like Cam said, I don't know necessarily how he's going to game plan. But my thing is, it is a whole new playoff philosophy. I wonder if that is going to play in favor of the Knicks or oppose. That's going to be very interesting. Just the different philosophies, the style of coaching, and also I'm gonna talk about the Knicks just real quick. I feel like their X factor is going to be Karl Anthony Towns, and it's not just because he's
Has to be.
It's not just because he's a big man, because he's more of a finesse big than a physical big. If he plays physical in this series and not that finesse style, and if he cuts down or completely stops the ticky-tack bonehead plays as far as like getting foul trouble, I ain't gonna lie to you, that just made it an even tougher series for the Atlanta Hawks. Now that's a lot of ifs coming from a guy that has yet to show it, because multiple times he is still in the playoffs getting in foul trouble, multiple times still being more finessed and physical when he needs to be. So again, Karl Anthony Towns for the Knicks, but I agree Dyson Daniels for the Atlanta Hawks. And the thing that we didn't even talk about as well, and that's I believe Smitty was saying about that trade, just trading for Jonathan Kuminga being so underrated. The thing about Jonathan coming off that bench now, right? Jonathan also gets the benefit of the secondary players of the New York Knicks, but also Jonathan has the ability to, if other guys are a little bit off, he can still be on.
Sure
he
can.
is another element, another weapon that Quinn Snyder can use, put him in the lineup, and because against the Knicks, now he did have a good game against the Knicks, about 20 points, one of his best performances that we have seen in his short span of time. Really one of the best ones that we've seen since that 27 debut. That 27 debut had us riding high, but we had to remember he was dealing with that bone bruise, and those bone bruises, we got to think about it. Those things could last for at least a month or more, and he's a pro athlete that continuously has to run on it. So he's not really giving it, the best rest, even though he does get the best treatment. Either way it goes, Jonathan Kuminga is another guy off the bench that I think, I'm not going to call him an X factor. I'm going to call him a sleeper. What do you guys think?
I agree.
I think, I agree with that. I still think he is an X factor. I still think you need him. He's guarding your best player. Like, we can't say that Jalen Johnson or Nickeil Alexander-Walker would have, great success in guarding Jalen Johnson like a Dyson Daniels would. So I do think he's not the X factor. I do think he is an X factor. But he is a sleeper, and you hit the nail on the head, Tip. If he's ever in a position to shoot threes, they're not going to contest his shot. They're going to say, we'll live and die with you shooting threes. Now, I want to point y'all's attention to the Clippers series against Denver last year in the first round. Who was the one person that the Clippers intentionally left open to shoot threes, if y'all remember? Against Denver in the first round last year. It was Russell Westbrook.
I was about to say Bruce Brown. I was like, no, he wasn't there.
He wasn't on. Yeah. No.
He wasn't back yet. He wasn't back yet.
He wasn't back yet. But it was Russell. It was Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook had an insane magnet ball in that series. And how I know that is when they went on to play OKC, that the same Russ that was playing against OKC in that next series was not the Russ that played in that Clippers series. And so when you think about Russell Westbrook, you notice how the Clippers, they let him have those shots. But here's the thing, Russ was hitting those shots. And so, and Russ had to, what do you call it? Oh my God. You had to make you had to cause the defense to be honest. And so defense is like, hey, look, man, he's hitting his shots. So do we give up Aaron Gordon shooting threes and we guard Russ now? Or do we just stick with the primary assignment of just letting Russ have his way but still keep guarding Aaron Gordon? Now, of course, y'all know Aaron Gordon had that insane last second dunk in game 3 or game 4, I believe, when they were in LA last year. So I'm saying all that to say, Dyson Daniels is not going to be taken serious with his 3-point shot. But I don't know. It just wouldn't surprise me that all of a sudden he just starts developing the confidence to start shooting the 3, and then somehow or some way he starts making his shots. And now that changes, like you said, Tip, that changes the series. If you get Dyson Daniels as a 30 to 35% 3-point shooter,
done.
I don't see how the Knicks win this series.
They done.
To piggyback off what you said, Camp, I know, Tip, you said earlier, if Dyson can give you personally 29 to 33, I'm on board with Cam. If Dyson can give us 30 to 35% from 3, the Hawks are winning in 6 games. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you they winning in 6. Yeah.
No,
because now he hitting down shots and imagine if he shoots at that clip, fellas. Can you imagine what that's gonna do to everybody else? Jalen just gonna have free reign he free reign into the paint. Double O free reign to the paint. Kuminga free reign to the paint. It just affects everybody.
It affects everybody,
and it's gonna hype the team up anyway. Just morale, because their brother is knocking down threes and is not to be taken lightly. Now I'm amped. Now I'm fit. Now I'm really giving you the moves. So I'm just saying, bro, it's infectious. It's palpable. Yeah. And my thing is, if Dyson can do that, it's going to inject some extra energy, almost like you ever seen the movie Crank? It'll be just like Jason Statham. So you just shooting that adrenaline right into the Hawks. And it could really teeter into the Hawks' favor to tip them into the right situation for the series.
Yeah.
So if it's any Knicks fans in the chat, y'all gonna get that ish out your head. That's gonna be a 4-1 or a gentleman's sweep. You can get that out your head right now. It's not happening. It's going 7 games. I'm telling you, it's going 7.
I think it's going 7, man.
Dyson 30 to 35 from 3 is going 6. Us. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Something drastically has to happen for Atlanta to not take this beyond 6 games. I mean, I don't know. I'll be real. I personally think New York is overrated. They're just not. They don't hype me. I'm not like, oh my God, we got to worry about New York. Oh my God, they don't hype me. I'm sorry. They're just. I don't know. I just, bro.
It's just the
don't let Dyson start shooting threes, bro. That's the thing, bro. Oh man.
That's why. Think about it, fellas. We're playing with house money, man. We're not expected to win this. All the pressure's on the Knicks.
We're not supposed to be here. Think about it. We're out
exactly
before the All-Star break. Think about where we were before the All-Star break.
We was a playing team at the All-Star break.
No, we was the 11th seed.
We was 11th seed.
Yeah,
we was the 11th seed. So that's why, now it's interesting because it's most people gonna be like, well, they're still the Hawks. They, so they're the 6th seed, whatever. But it's not.
We know momentum, everything in the playoffs. We know that.
King Mo is real. Okay, momentum is there, and the Hawks are playing basketball, the right style of basketball at the right time. two of the best things the Atlanta Hawks do is get out and run
Yep.
turn defense to offense.
Offense. Exactly.
Able them to get out and run. Deflections, they running. If the ball carries off the rim and goes to a little distance to where somebody can just grab and go, they run. It doesn't matter. No matter as often as they can, they run. That's what they need to be doing to the New York Knicks as well. Because just like I was talking about Bronson, that's going to more so be in the half court game. But but continue to get out and run as much as you possibly can, because that tires down the rest of the team and still said Bronson. So
sure.
Yeah. But oh yes, I was just about to say we're about to go to Atlanta Dream. Before that, man, I got a special question for our special guest Cam, man. I want to know.
Oh, yeah,
I want to know this off season. There's a possibility Atlanta may need another veteran. Could you possibly see any scenario of the Atlanta Hawks poking around to see if they can get Kawhi Leonard from the Clippers?
Oh man! Oh shit!
Cam's a Kawhi Leonard fan, by the way, y'all.
Yeah. It's back there. It's back there. That's why he asked it. I already know why he asked.
Oh man, that's a great question, man. Okay, I'm gonna give you my journalist perspective and my fan perspective. As a fan, why not? Why not Kawhi Leonard come back to the Eastern Conference? A place that he could have ruled for an extra 3 or 4 years if he stayed in Toronto after LeBron James leaves. Why not? Why not Kawhi Leonard?
He got
teaming
homesick.
up. You know what I'm saying? Teaming up with teaming up with the Jalen Johnson, a young Hawk squad. Why not? You can poke.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. It's America. You can do whatever you want to whomever you please. Now, here's my journalist perspective. Absolutely not. I'm going to tell you why. Kawhi Leonard wants to remain on the West Coast. Kawhi Leonard is from Los Angeles. He wants to retire somewhere along the West Coast.
Yep.
When you add Kawhi Leonard to a team like the Atlanta Hawks, Kawhi Leonard is having the best season of his career. He'll be 35 very soon. I really think about his durability as he goes forward in his career, his health. Do you want to give up your young pieces that you're technically still developing as the Atlanta Hawks for an individual that is going to have questions about his health? Now, let me knock on wood, and I just hope he doesn't have more issues with his health going forward. But you have an opportunity to address a certain need, such as a true center at the draft. And you can't really do that if you give up your assets to get an aging superstar. And I mean, Kawhi Leonard's playing magnificent basketball. The dude is playing spectacular. Yeah. This is probably what he's looked like the most he's looked like since he was in Toronto. But he's only going to get older, though. And so I don't think, as a journalist, I don't think that it would be wise for the Hawks to do that. It would be, again, you can see, you can inquire, you can do that. But I just don't think.
I'm going to be honest with you, Cam. The only piece and I see them getting up that young pieces that they have.
Yeah.
Would probably only be Zachary Ricochet and probably a draft pick.
You know what's crazy? My pops told me he you know, we spoke about it yesterday as well as we were watching the draft, the WNBA draft. And this Knicks series, not to go back or anything, but this Knicks series, as much as it's gonna say a whole lot about both teams, we really gonna learn about Ricochet in this series. He is your number one overall pick. And I'm sorry, he's done nothing.
He just don't fit.
But to the backside, Cam, I don't think Quinn has gave him an opportunity. I don't think Quinn has gave him an opportunity. Which goes by, is Quinn going to even play Zach in this series against the Knicks? That's the question.
And that's the thing. That is the thing. Because I thought about that today. Because I made a post earlier in 2026 where I said I genuinely don't know what Quinn is doing with Ricochet. I genuinely don't know what he. I don't think he knows how to use him. Like, it's just, if you got Stephon Castle, because Stephon Castle and Zachary Ricochet were in the same draft class. Stephon Castle's a rookie of the year. You mean to tell me that Stephon Castle couldn't have won rookie of the year in Atlanta? You won rookie of the year with Wemby on your team. You won rookie of the year with a rebuilding team that we're seeing now, who is a favorite to win a championship.
And think about that too, Cam. I'm glad you said that, because if you get Stephon Castle, you trade early, you possibly get more draft picks.
Exactly.
In the right situation. Yeah.
Exactly. And Dirty Bird Gang, shout out Dirty Bird Gang. He made a good point. I would not trade for Kawhi Leonard. He would have to come here in free agency. Don't mess up this young core or your ability to draft or sign a true C. I agree. Because I don't think people understand. If the Hawks lose this series, this is not the end of the world.
At all.
The Knicks have more to lose than the Hawks. We are going to have some uncomfortable conversations. Even if the Knicks win and they go 7 games with the Atlanta Hawks, a team that people did not expect to be a top 6 seed, a team that people did not expect to be better without Trae Young, we are going to have some uncomfortable conversations about this team. And I'm sorry, you have the Hawks respectfully have an extra, I'm gonna just go, just giving a rough estimate, they have a good 4 to 5 year head start right now. If we're talking young teams, young teams in the NBA competing in these playoffs, Detroit, you still got OKC, you still got San Antonio. Houston is still finding their way. You still got them, you building around Amen Thompson and Alperen Sengun and Jabari Smith. You still, Boston is still a young team, and they may very well still win. They win a championship. That's what people don't understand. So if I'm Tony Ressler, if I'm Onsi, I am weighing, okay, how bad do we want to win a championship with how badly do we really want to construct this roster in Atlanta, this young core with unique potential that has the possibility to be what Detroit is right now, this time next season. This time last year, Detroit was the 6th seed, and they took New York to 6 games. And if you really want to be technical, Detroit, I had Detroit winning that series. The way they was getting up in Jalen Brunson, I'm like, hey, okay, y'all making some noise. And what happened? They have the best record in the East. They have home court advantage all throughout these playoffs until the NBA Finals, unless you play Houston or the Lakers or somebody and they make it to the conference or they make it to the NBA Finals. But I would not trade. I would not trade for Kawhi Leonard. I would keep my pieces, no matter how much Kawhi would be an offensive and a defensive presence. He would be. Now, I would trade for Kawhi if Kawhi was approximately 6 years younger than what he is right now. That's a no-brainer. But
Kawhi,
absolutely. So if you're, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, man, because you're giving up a lot of depth, and that was the issue with Phoenix just a few years ago when they went to the finals, and you gave up your depth. You gave up a Mikal Bridges to Brooklyn. You gave up Cam Johnson to Brooklyn. You gave up your depth to add Kevin Durant. Again, Kevin Durant did what he was supposed to do. He didn't win a championship, but he was still averaging 28, 27 in his sleep. But it was the fact that they didn't have depth. They didn't have, and then they gave up Chris Paul for Bradley Beal, and then you saw how that ended up. And so I just think that organizations should face reality that even though these older players are still highly productive players, there is no guarantee that they are going to lead you to a championship. We saw that with Kevin Durant. We saw that with Kawhi Leonard and when Russell Westbrook and Paul George and James Harden came to the Clippers. Like we saw that. Now, again, when in the first 2 years of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard's tenure with the Clippers, you think like, hey man, like they're gonna win a championship. We all thought that. I mean, they're in the prime of their careers. But after that third year, fourth year, fifth year, now we in the seventh year, it's like it's not happening. Like that's the reality. So no, man, I would love to see Kawhi in a more man. I would love to see Kawhi. I don't think he's going to win in LA. I don't think me personally, this could have all been avoided if he went to the Lakers. I can't lie to you. All this could have been avoided.
Yeah.
This could have been with, you know what I'm saying?
But you knew Kawhi wasn't going to do that. Just off the strength.
No, off of the strength.
Because
we got to understand
beat LeBron already. So
exactly,
he like
a
step backwards. Yeah.
When you're the alpha on Toronto and you were the guy, when you leave free agency, you got free agency in your hand. You're the most sought after player. And that free agency in 2019 was elite. Kyrie and KD go to Brooklyn. Anthony Davis goes to the Lakers. Russell Westbrook joins James Harden in Houston. There was a lot of moving pieces. I mean, Kemba Walker was going to Boston at this time, and so you're the most sought after player in free agency. Why would you want to be second fiddle to LeBron James? I wouldn't. I'd be real. So
you see what's going on with the Lakers right now with Luka Doncic. He don't want to be second fiddle to that.
He don't want to be second fiddle to that either. So
plus, I think too. I think we're slowly getting out of getting out of that, signing that one big name, that quote unquote missing piece to get you over the top. And I think the team that changed that narrative was OKC from last year. Other than SGA, how did they build it? They built it straight through the draft.
Yeah,
sure did.
That's the way we're going at now.
And trading away pieces that were getting in the way of the young talent they wanted to develop.
Exactly. And one team that you mentioned that you did not mention, Cam, and I'm gonna say this right on live. Charlotte is coming. I'm telling you, they're coming. Yep. They are young and upcoming team right along with us. They're coming.
Yeah.
Trust me.
One thing that we talked about, Sean, I don't know you remember this a couple of weeks ago. What I like about what's happening with the Hawks right now, they got a version of SGA and his cousin, the NAW, that's growing once he gets the chance. He's going to just keep evolving. You got to remember these guys' cousins, they work out every summer together. So the thing you see at SGA game, you're going to start to see it in our game. So think about it. He's going to just keep evolving. All the Hawks have to do is keep putting pieces around him.
I didn't know that they was even related until Tip told me 2 weeks ago. I had no idea they was related.
Oh yeah, man!
I swear to God, I had no idea they was related. No idea.
Wow.
Until Tip told me.
You kind of see some of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in the kill already.
Yeah,
in the kill,
What you don't see,
they work out
is him getting to the free throw line as much as Shea, but
that's gonna come.
They gonna have the ball.
That's gonna come.
Yeah, man. Oh, I will. Before, man, we still got some dream talk to talk about, man. We finna get into this Atlanta dream talk.
Let's do it.
I just got to say, man, I can't wait for this Atlanta Hawks versus New York Knicks series. And I'm telling you, man, I really expect it to be a barn burner. But I promise you, Atlanta Hawks, they got a roof over their head and they got money in their pocket. They are playing with house money. Anything, if they win 1 game, 2 games, the series, all it is just gaining experience and seeing where you are, because you technically, in the rest of the NBA's mind, wasn't supposed to be here right now anyway. So whatever you get is just, all this is just an enhancement. I want the guys to soak up all this playoff experience regardless of what happens, and come back next year and really come at them similar to like the Detroit Pistons and what they did. And then think about this too, guys. This is what we haven't even talked about as well, because we didn't even really get a chance to get into any draft talk, so we're going to definitely have to run this back. But think about it. We have we're going to have somewhere as a top 10 pick. Then we still got the 22nd pick. Remember that one from Cleveland. And then
I think it's going to be the center.
Still got
that's right.
Going to be the center. Yeah, I think that's going to be the center.
So you got 3 picks in this year's draft that you still have to your disposal, and we're still going to be adding guys. We're going to get a top talent. Hopefully, you go ahead and get you a center, and then you can see where the rest of your lineup falls. You know, it could be some guys on the chopping block. Could be some guys that you want to move around. What I don't want the Atlanta Hawks to do, and we're going to move right on into the dream, I don't want them to make the same mistake they did at the end of our historic run. Paying guys instead of just improving the team. Pay the right guys, okay? If you're going to
Collins should have been gone. Yeah.
Collins got a big payday from that run. You're right, Tip. He got a big payday.
Kevin Herter. You know, just saying, like, I understand. Man. Hey, now don't get me wrong. Game 7 Kevin will always be epic to me. I will never forget that game to where that was the Kevin
27 Herter points, bro. 27 points. I remember it like it was yesterday.
That will forever live on in Hawks history, in my opinion. But still, that game earned him that payday. After that, they was like, "Oh yeah, we fit." And the next thing you know, we didn't improve the team. Then we went backwards, because what happens? Film was on the Atlanta Hawks. Let's take away Trae Young and see who else is any darn good over there. And that will happen, because guys wasn't showing up. But the Atlanta Dream, man, the Atlanta Dream has been making waves. Again, the stars are aligning, and the stars are coming to Atlanta. And the Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta Dream, made a very big play in giving. Now they gave away 2 first rounders. Yes, so next year and in 2020 will not have. I know, all right, Smitty, but it will not have first round picks. However, they have someone that is all that immediately not only fits into their team, but the culture, the strategy. And I just want to know, does trading for Angel Reese right now, before we even get to any other move that they did, just trading for Angel Reese, adding her with Alicia Gray, adding her with Ryan Howard, Jordan Candidate, and the return of Brianna Jones, are they title contenders?
Absolutely. But y'all go ahead.
They better be. I mean, you gave up 2 firsts. They better be. Yeah. And that kind of move, when you give up 2 firsts, that's, to me, and I discussed this with you, big bro, and you too, Tip. And Cam, this is the first time you're hearing it from me. When you make that kind of move, that's a win now move.
Yeah.
When you give up 2 firsts. So within these next 2 to 3 years, a championship better be hoisted at State Farm to make that kind of move. Now, does it make them title contender? Absolutely. Because just like we spoke about the Hawks and playing with house money, last season the Dream was playing with house money. Nobody expected them to go 30-14. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody. Now you add an Angel Reese into, I'm gonna use the line you used against me, big bro. She's the female version of Dennis Rodman. Get boards both offensively and defensively. I mean, that ball just seems to find her when it comes to rebounding. That's something that even with BG, BG was there. The Dream was the bottom of the barrel as far as rebounding. Then you add her.
Yeah.
You add her to what you already got. Oh yeah, it automatically makes the dream. At least I'm not gonna say a championship, a contender within the Eastern Conference. Still got to develop. Still got to move the needle forward. But does it set the dream up for sustained success? Absolutely, absolutely.
I will say this before you go, Cam, because we talked about this offline.
Yeah.
Could you please just illustrate the spacing now that Angel Reese is going to have with all these shooters?
Wow. My God. To answer your question first, yes, they are championship contenders. Like, let's get it said. You don't trade your future for that type of player without having a championship in mind. And the spacing, if we're talking about the spacing, because I believe Carl Smesko has an abundance of creativity with how he can construct those lineups.
Right.
Angel Reese has developed as a point forward. She's not just a post threat. She is not just someone who can just get rebounds. An offense can literally play through Angel Reese. She showed that when she was in Chicago.
Yeah.
When you have shooters like Ryan Howard, when you have shooters like Alicia Gray, Tahina Paopao, Naz Hillman, just to name a few, I don't think people understand how much that opens up spacing wise. Or the presence of Angel Reese. I don't think people understand how much her presence opens up for those shooters. People, let me just say this: Tahina Paopao can play the point guard position, but she's really a shooting guard. She loves to shoot the ball. She loves to shoot the basketball. And Ryan Howard loves to shoot the basketball. Alicia Gray, MVP candidate, loves to shoot the basketball. Naz Hillman, reigning 6th player of the year, loves to shoot the basketball. Angel Reese, along with Jordan Canada, and I'm not saying that this can't happen with Alicia Gray or Ryan Howard, but keeping it strictly about Angel and Jordan Canada, they can be those two particularly can be great facilitators in helping those shooters around them find their spots and feed them open looks. Now, here's the thing with Angel that I think a lot of people don't know is as she began elevating her playmaking portfolio, there was an increase in turnovers. And typically when you are the point forward or the point guard, typically the more passes you try to make and the more assists you try to get, the more likely you're going to get turnovers. And there were times where she could over dribble, especially if she's driving and as teams began to pressure her, she can over dribble just a tad bit and it causes her and the game could be a little bit too fast for her to be still and make the appropriate reads to a Tahina Paopao, to a Ryan Howard, to an Alicia Gray. But unfortunately, that increases her chances of getting a turnover. And so being with Jordan Canada and other playmakers like a Ryan Howard who can facilitate, like an Alicia Gray who can facilitate, it's going to help her elevate her game to the next level of what I expect her to have a Hall of Fame career. And if we want to be factual, I believe the best passing forward in the WNBA is Alyssa Thomas. She is a walking triple-double. And the thing that I would say that Angel's player comp in terms of passing, because I've seen the passes that she's been able to make, it reminds me of Alyssa Thomas. Sometimes Alyssa Thomas has eyes in the back of her head to where she knows where she's throwing the ball to, where she's passing the ball to, where she's feeding this person. And so I think that her being with those playmakers, Angel didn't have that in Chicago. And I believe that her being with these playmakers is really going to elevate her game and really take her game to the next level. And at the end of the day, man, you look at the New Yorks, you look at the New York Liberties, you look at the Phoenix Mercuries, and you look at these teams. Aces. You know what I'm saying? The Aces. You look at these teams that can really give the Aces a run for their money, because we got to remember the Aces won in the Asia Wilson era of the Aces / the Silver Stars. This was the least talented. I'm not saying that they weren't talented, but this was like the least talented team that won a championship. And that's saying a lot, because when Kelsey Plum went to the Sparks, when Kelsey Plum goes to the Sparks, we were looking at Jewel Lloyd to be like, hey, Jewel Lloyd is supposed to be what Kelsey Plum was. Jewel Lloyd didn't live up to those expectations.
They two different players. I don't know why they even thought. But
I don't know. I don't know why either, Tip. I don't know why either. And Jewel Lloyd didn't really meet expectations. But it's the fact that they still won a championship with those players. And so you look at the Dream and you like, can they hoist up a WNBA? I ain't talking about no Commissioner's Cup. We don't care about a Commissioner's Cup. I'm talking about the championship. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about
Cam. Do you know what team you just described to a T? Do you know what team you just described to a T? An NBA
Indiana
team?
Fever.
No.
NBA wise. NBA team.
Who? Go back just a little bit. 2009 Lakers. Remember that team?
Okay. Yes.
Before they got Paul Gasol. When they got Paul Gasol, took them to that next level. They already had Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom. Odom is basically Angel Reese.
Yeah.
On that team. So look.
Yeah,
you talking championship.
If he can develop a jump shot, oh my God.
Over with.
That's what what did I say before?
Oh my God.
Listen.
I said if Angel can get a mid-range, it is done.
Over with.
Like, boy.
Over with. I'm sorry, bro. Like just the I ain't even trying to put too much pressure on Angel, man. But I'm telling y'all, if she develops a jump shot on top of her rebounding acumen, on top of the playmaking she executes, and they win a championship, you already know the Caitlin Clark comparisons are coming.
Oh my God! Oh, I want to speak on that so bad.
I'm here to throw receipts. Y'all gonna hear it from me.
I'm not even putting Caitlin over Ryan Howard. Keep it real.
Oh my God!
The better all-around player Ryan Howard is, and it's things that she can just do with her size and strength as you know, saying that big guard that Caitlin Clark just can't do. And my thing is to add
Caitlin Clark is basically Steve Kerr. Let's keep it real.
Right. And to add to that, Cam, talking about that jump shot, my thing is this, like, it's not just the jump shot. Go with the jump shot, put that with the double-double capabilities, and make it efficient.
Lamar Odom.
Yes.
Let her start being one of those people who, let's say, from the field, she's at about 52%. And that's going from layups, that's going from putbacks, and that's going from like the mid-range. That's an efficient shot that she's confident with.
Agreed.
It's going to be so difficult to deal with the Dream because you got all those guards running around, spotting up, being able to get those open shots or even contested, because I do believe we're going to have those girls like Canada, Howard, Alicia. They're, again, I said it before, they're going to take a risk now because they have multiple young players in the paint that can make a difference. You got Angel.
Yeah.
You got Brianna Jones, Naz Hillman to get in there and bang with you too.
And they here for 3 more years, Tip. 3 more years.
Right. But think about this also too. Now you just recently in the WNBA draft, respectfully, NBA draft, you just went out and got a 6'6" center. Now I understand 6'6" may not be much in the NBA, but in the WNBA, a 6'6" center is everything.
All world.
And it's not just anybody. My thing is this girl, she and Medina Okot, she first of all just gonna be playing basketball for about 6 years at the most, right? But the thing about it is she had a good year at Mississippi State, but then she went and got even better tutelage from Don Staley.
South Carolina. Yeah.
She played in 39 games, started 36. Okay. Had a career high game against FG CU, 27 points that particular game. She was 12 of 16, and she even hit a three. Yeah. Overall, from the 3-point percentage, she shot 29 threes. That's not a lot, but she hit 13 of them.
Wow.
That's 44.8%. So
but that it goes back to what goes back to what you and Cam said earlier. Right. Go back what you and Cam said earlier about the Washington Mystics. Yes. They're getting big, so they had to go and get some size. If they didn't go get size, they were going to be, out of the not out of the picture, but it's going to be tough to defend. But now that they have Reese and the new draft pick, guess what? It's not going to be a problem. It's not going to be a problem.
It's not just that too. Remember, what's one of the reasons on why the Atlanta Dream was so successful? Because they were able to finally run something that I can't wait for the Atlanta Hawks to be able to do. A double big
lineup.
You had Brianna Jones, and you was able to run double bigs and let those guards do what they do. You're still going to be able to do such, but now you got a solidified center who is younger. Yes, she may not be as polished as a Brittany Grinder, but you don't need her to be that. Because my thing is you're going to showcase Angel, Ryan Howard, Alicia, Jordan. You're going to showcase those girls more so. And now you just got a big girl that can go in there. Hey, is it okay to call us? I never thought about it. Is it okay to call her a big girl?
What you gonna do? You like the song?
Hey, Sean knew where I was finna go with that. He knew where I was finna go.
Hey, go.
Let me read y'all something right quick from.
Go ahead.
I'm reading this article, and it was about the grades is basically the draft grades from yesterday, and the Dream got a B. Medina Okot, who was their 6'6" center that they drafted, number 13th overall. She is still a developing player with only 2 years of experience in the U.S. college system.
Yes.
How old is she?
She's Medina Okot. She only what? Is she 20?
21?
She's 21.
Yeah,
she's 21.
What?
She only has 2 years experience in the U.S. college system.
Yeah,
but check it. She played for the Kenya national team.
Yeah.
So what you saying? She was already pro ready?
Yeah.
I won't say pro ready, but she was learning the game. Remember, in her country, in her homeland, of Kenya. Yeah, and she was being a part of that team. And I know her coach, Coach Obi, is one of the guys that really helped continue to push her. She tried for a visa like 4 times and got denied. And then finally was able to get it, came over with Mississippi State, did well there, and did so well to the point where South Carolina was able to acquire her as well. Again, I feel like better tutelage. Don Staley, one of the greatest coaches to ever do it. Not just male or female, but just coaches, period. So get that tutelage, even if it is for a year. And I believe that even 1 year under Don Staley can be 4 years for some players.
For some players, exactly. And I think you have another double big in Okot, and she led the SEC again. She led the SEC in rebounds. and so an easy 10 a game type of player. And so when we look at the NBA, and I hate that we're comparing them to NBA players, but when you look at the NBA and you look at OKC, one of the reasons why they're so successful together and have been so dominant for the last 2 to 3 years was their implementation of the double big lineup. You have Isaiah Hartenstein, and Chet Holmgren, who is your stretch five, who can still provide you with the traditionalities of a true five. But you also have Isaiah Hartenstein, who doesn't shoot the basketball at all, is a playmaker, can rebound the ball, is a great rim runner, is a great shot blocker. That is why OKC is the team to beat. And we see that with every other team that implements a double big lineup. Now, we see that with Cleveland as well, with Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. But the thing with Cleveland, it's really more so around James Harden and a little bit of their supporting cast, whether or not they could, make some noise in the Eastern Conference. But going back to the Atlanta Dream, you got Bree Jones coming back. And that's why I say Carl Smesko he has so much creativity in how he could run a small ball lineup if he wants to. If the game demands it, he could run a traditional lineup. He could do a double big lineup with Bree Jones, Angel Reese, Bree Jones, Medina Okot, Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole plethora of things.
It's a whole lot of directions you can go to. You're right. Yep.
There's a whole lot of things you can do. And like I said, I know Las Vegas is the team to beat. They are always been the team to beat. But this time in October, why can't Atlanta make some noise?
Yeah, but think about it. You got that big body in Okot. She gonna wear Angel Audrey Wilson down.
Hello? Exactly.
Yeah.
And whatever Okot is lacking, is specifically if it's in her footwork or
that's all it is.
What I'm saying?
It is footwork.
Whatever she's lacking, I believe Angel Reese and Bree Jones can make up for that. And I'm sorry, like I really love what this dream team could really represent this season. The season starts in a few weeks, and boy, man, Atlanta's up right now, bro. And I mean, from the Braves win into the Falcons, what they got going on, the Hawks, what they got going, Atlanta's up, man. I'm sorry, they up.
Go ahead, let's get it.
Can I say this? Can I say this right quick?
Yes, sir.
Fella. Cam, I've told this to Tip and I told it to Smitty, but I'm sharing it with you for the first time. One thing that I've always loved and admired about Big Bro Smitty and Tip is that they can really spotlight just by the homework they do. They can really spotlight talent and team needs when it comes to our Atlanta teams. And the reason why I say that is it comes back full circle. It comes back full circle for me personally. 2 years ago, 2 years ago, Smitty put up a video when the Falcons came up with the draft prospect, and Smitty came out and said publicly, the Falcons need to go get a Bijan Robinson. That's a game changer. Now, when I first heard that, I said, man, Big Bro done lost his damn mind. We don't need him, man. We got a Tyler Algier. What? They come to find out.
Fair, though. That's fair.
Come to find out, we draft Bijan. Now we all know what Bijan has become. Last night, the WNBA draft, I personally reached out to Tip and I asked him, Tip, who do the Dream go after? He says Okada. Now I didn't talk that shit I didn't talk that ish like I did with Big Bro. But I said, okay, Tip, we'll see. And Lord and behold, we draft Okada. I'm like, are these boys genies? Or like are they genies? Like they be knowing this? And I'm like, how the hell they be knowing this shit?
Hey,
I'm trying so hard not because Big Bro and Tip, I'm trying so hard, man. But I'm like, man, I don't know how y'all do it.
Hey,
but
we were talking a month ago, and me and him were talking a month ago. And he said, man, what do you see us doing? Because I know we need some receivers because Mooney not going to cut it. I said, well, you look at the free agents. There's one guy out there. He's a former first-round pick that nobody has gotten anything out of him because they haven't gave him a chance. He didn't have a chance in Washington. He didn't have a chance in Philadelphia. Jahan Dotson come here. I think he can make a world of difference.
I think so
Lo and
too.
behold,
I like Dotson.
week later, it comes up. And it is on record. It's on my video. I knew it was going to happen because he's a veteran, elite hands, elite speed, good route runner. Why pass on that when you can get him for a bargain price? Who gonna do that?
And we had to go bargain shopping. And
Yeah, it had to.
Ian Cunningham, hey man. Again, I'll say it again. Love what you did with little money. I can't wait to see what you're gonna do with the big money.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to get across, Cam. The way that these two gentlemen can spot talent.
Yeah.
They can incorporate in team needs, man. That's a special talent that Smitty and Tip have, and I just want to give kudos, man. And I also want to give a big shout out to Ronald Acuna. That dude is the real deal. If he's able to stay healthy, I don't give a damn what nobody say. I would put him right up there with Shohei. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
Oh, he does.
I don't give a damn what nobody say.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. And I'm gonna show some love to my Atlanta Braves, bro. I know probably a lot of people don't watch baseball, but damn it, I watch the Braves. I watch every Braves game. I just don't talk about it. Ronald Acuna is that guy. And I brought it up to Smitty and Tip yesterday with Angel Reese, Ronald Acuna, Jalen Johnson, and you add Bijan. Atlanta is the black culture of the South. We all know that. Let's keep it 100. Let's just keep it 100. And that man that's in the background, Ronald Acuna, that dude is all world. When he's healthy, nobody's seeing him. I will put Shohei right up there with him. But as far as the best player in baseball, y'all might want to attach Ronald Acuna to y'all vocabulary. He's that guy. He's that good. A game changer.
If Shohei wanted a pitcher, if he wanted a pitcher too, Ronald easily be the best.
Hands down.
Yeah,
that's the one thing that's saving Shohei from being in this,
pitcher.
This conversation. The fact that he is a dual threat, that's why he's up there with Ron. But Ron, if Ron was a pitcher, we wouldn't even be talking at all. It'd just be Ronald Acuna.
And Ron's still on 26? Yeah. He's still on 26?
Yeah, he's not even 27 yet. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like Ronald, if he can stay healthy, he still may have another 2 big contracts left. If he can stay healthy. Yeah. It's a crazy thing.
But he'll have one because he's gonna get a 12, 13.
Oh,
$600, $700 million. So yeah.
But another guy,
I don't want to get off topic, but I just want to speak of the dream one last time.
No, go ahead.
With Angel Reese now being in Atlanta, can y'all imagine the butt she's gonna put in the seats and stay warm? And number 2, it's not necessarily these. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they go.
I'm not necessarily saying that it's the 2 athletes, but can y'all imagine every matchup between the Dream and the Fever, how much that's gonna get hyped up?
And the Aces too.
They gonna make that a rivalry like the Dream and the Fever. Okay, just sit back and watch.
I'm not sit back and watch. Another matchup that's gonna be good too, where Angel just came from, the Sky. That's gonna be a good matchup too, because they went and got Skylar Diggs. They went and got Speed.
Jackson. Yeah.
They got Rukia Jackson. They got Gabriella Jaquez. They just drafted her last night. You still got Haley Van Lith. The Sky got Gabriella Jaquez, who just won a chip with
the second name you said, Cam.
Haley Van Lith.
Rukia Jackson.
Rukia Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, like, change the scenery. Maybe LA didn't want to deal with any of that. Who knows, man?
Well, I was thinking them on other terms, but that's a subject for another day.
It's gonna be interesting because it's gonna be interesting regardless. Another aspect of that is Rukia. The fact that she is going to have some games in Atlanta. We are going to have some games in Chicago too, but Rakia in Atlanta. James Pierce. I understand. That too. But also,
you're damn right here. Yeah, he is. 250 shit.
He's gonna be 450 to 500, man. Come on now.
No, he's getting Craig. He's getting that show. He's gonna get that Shohei money. Trust me, he's gonna get that Shohei money. Trust me.
I would pay him $250 if he asked me for it right now. I'll pay it because you're really getting a discount.
Yeah, you really are.
I'm like,
but his agent can't be stupid twice. Come on now.
Well, I think the first time it wasn't even him being stupid. It was like just life-changing money he's never seen before. And he's already.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what he need to do. He's gonna need to go hire Kirk Cousins' agent. We ain't talking about this.
No. That's my agent.
No, facts.
That's my agent.
Don't get me started.
Ronald, hold on. Because when I get up there, I'm hiring immediately Kirk Cousins' agent because I gotta get paid too.
Yeah. But
you like that,
gentlemen?
You like that?
Exactly.
Craig,
I do have to go.
Let's keep it real.
I'll even go to Great Clips.
We all know, and me and Sean talk about this all the time. You got to pay to play.
Yep.
Let's keep it real now. Whatever he want, he gonna get it. No matter if it's in Atlanta, Chicago, or wherever, he gonna get it.
My thing is the Dodgers will give it to him right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And they'll set it up. The contract
deferred payments
set up. You
already back in even after retirement, like Pujols did, like the Cardinal did Pujols.
Yep. Pujols, Shohei. I mean, shoot, man. At the end of the day,
Bobby Bonilla.
No facts.
He would get it,
but gentlemen, I do have to go.
Okay,
I do have to go.
I mean, we got to wind.
Hit up that way to find you before you leave, man.
Yeah. No, hey man, listen, I appreciate you guys. Please find me on GoTime at GoTime TV on TikTok. That is at GoTime TV on TikTok, man. I appreciate you guys. Again, Tip, Smitty, thank you guys for including me in this episode. I don't count it a small thing, man. And I really hope to be back on again. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Cam,
I'm here.
Pleasure to meet you, my brother. A pleasure, man. For real.
Let's get it, man. No, it's
get some love for Cam in the chat. Let's get some love for Cam in the chat.
Pleasure to meet you, my brother. Pleasure to meet you, man.
Likewise, man. I hope to see you guys again soon. Again, y'all got my number. Let's get it. Chris, Tip got my number. Let's get it. So Chris, if you want to, forward him my number, y'all can. Smitty,
yes, sir. I would love that, man. Yes, sir.
Y'all got my number, man. I'm here to help any way that I can, and we in this together. And I'm excited to bring in some new playoff basketball, dream basketball, Falcons, Braves, all that with you guys, man. And so yeah, man, I appreciate you guys for having me on. I will talk to y'all later. I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
much love, brother.
No doubt.
See y'all, man.
Yes, sir, man. That
nephew,
was Cam from GoTime.
I'm telling y'all, that boy going somewhere, man. I'm looking at his TikTok video.
He's good, man. He's good.
The way he breaks shit down, man, he gonna be on somebody's network soon. Trust me, I see it,
man. My thing is, bro, I when I first met Cam, my first conversation with Cam, I said, very intelligent, respectable young man, so talented. Like he's more talented than just on the microphone. That's the thing about it. Like he don't got into editing now and all that stuff like that too. So again, man, Cam's going places, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. It's in all his social platforms. It's in GoTime. Make sure y'all showing Cam some love. We definitely gonna have him back on. We're gonna try to make it sooner. We're trying to get around to making guests come back sooner than what we normally do, because you know how me and Smitty will do. We'll just pop up and just go. But
we call out. Look, we call NFL Network. We call anybody to get interviews, man. We working behind things. It's not easy to get these interviews. That's why sometimes we get them, they fall through. We just keep it moving because it's gonna happen. But trust me, we working behind these scenes, man. But like I said, man, I'm telling y'all, that kid going somewhere. I'm telling you.
Facts, man. But I'll tell you another thing too. Real quick.
Appreciate you, Craig.
Hey Jeff, man, we talked about the Hawks, and we talked about the Hawks extensively. Honestly, man, man, I just say go back to the beginning. and catch this thing from the beginning. Really, man, we've been having just a very insightful conversation, fun conversation as well. You know, saying all of you are included in it. So don't feel like, you know, if we missed your question or anything that you're not. Trust me, every live, whether we get to your comment or not, you're included in it. Every single one that we do. So no matter if it's just us, no matter if it's us and a guest, Smitty by himself, me by myself, you always guys are welcome and included. So just always know that we always think of y'all like that. But we're about to get ready to get up out of here, man. This has been an excellent conversation.
It's the longest show we done did in a while, boy.
Minute, man. 2 hours and 19 minutes right now. And honestly, man, I really hope every last one of you guys be able to watch this and enjoy it as much as we've been doing, you know, so presenting it to you guys. And a lot of this stuff, I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you at all. I didn't plan anything.
Nope. Spur of the moment.
Spur of the moment. And not only just that, the topics that we talked about, some of you guys, you know, helped us with that. And some of it were just going off of the top. And sometimes that makes some of the best conversations sometimes. Yep. You know, so we knew who we wanted to talk about, but particular order, it just went.
It just flowed.
Right. So, but man, we about to get ready to get up out of here. By all means, let's get it. AKA my big bro Sean. Please, by all means, let them folks know where they can find you.
Before I do that, big bro Tip, I can't thank y'all enough, man, for inviting me into y'all's y'all show, y'all platform to give me the space to talk all things Atlanta sports. Because y'all know me, I bleed Atlanta to the day I'm born and raised in Atlanta. That's never gonna leave me, man. So I thank you to you both, man, for allowing me to come on and and talk Atlanta sports with y'all. But for the chat, I appreciate y'all, listen to my input. If y'all any of my gamers out there, what I'm saying, I'm a big gamer. I play a lot of Madden, play a lot of 2K, and I just recently into WWE. So as my title says, let's get it, GA. Y'all go ahead and follow me over there, man. If y'all want to play, just enjoy simulation content, please come over there and check me out, support your boy, man. And I finally hit, and I'm gonna use my boy Tip line. I finally hit 1.3. You know what I'm saying? And I finally hit it, man. It was a grind, but I got there. I'm just trying to continue to grow in the game and a community, man. And what I do over there, man, I'm trying to put the city on the map, man. Everything as far as gaming wise, Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Falcons, everything Atlanta with me, man. So, all my gamers out there, man, follow me over there on YouTube. Let's get it, GA. Spam up that subscribe button for me, man. And I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Y'all know where to find me, man. Right here on Smitty Sports Machine, man. Well, I'm always, over here making people mad like I do every day. I mean, it's content. I'm gonna talk. And I'm gonna be honest. I love to hate because that just motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing. Because if y'all don't motivate me, I won't do it. But yeah, man, find me on Twitter at fatboyslim_21. I'm always over there blowing that thing up just like I do on these videos, man. Because I love talking sports, man. But shout out again to nephew Cam, man, for coming through. I remember when he first started Go Time a couple of years ago and came on the show. He's grown a whole lot since. He's getting more knowledgeable. He's getting, a little bit more voice. You see him, you saw it on the show. And once he gets it going, it's over with. So, shout out to him, keep growing. Hope he gets on one of these networks because I'm telling you, he deserves it. Shout out to my boy Sean. Let's get it, GA, man. Always supporting me. Having hard times. I'm telling y'all, I'm not perfect. But sometimes when I have a problem, first person I call, him and Chris. But shout out to y'all, man, and appreciate y'all for coming through tonight. But again, Chris, go on and close it out, man.
Hey, man. First of all, again, thank you to everybody who always pulls up or who just came and pulled up tonight, man. We really appreciate each and every last one of y'all.
No doubt.
A1 Forever Sports, that's the platform on YouTube. Please come over, like, comment, and subscribe. Be a part of the A1 family, man. It's just everything just dealing with Atlanta sports. As you see, so even getting into some dream talk because, the last two seasons, the last two seasons prior to even this one, the dream have been building. They have been. And now I think we're starting to get more of a clearer vision exactly where they want to go. They're ready to win, and we're ready to win as well. I take all championships. I ain't gonna lie. I still rep the MLB, not the MLB, the MLS, the Atlanta United.
Atlanta United, yes, sir.
That ring, I ain't gonna lie. I sure do. The 2021, the back-to-back championships with the Dogs. We take all rings from all our Atlanta teams. So at the end of the day, man, shout out to the Dream. Good luck this season. Shout out to the Braves, you know what I'm saying? And a comeback win tonight for the Braves again. Drake Baldwin, that's another baller.
Superstar in the making.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. He is another one. And guys, like the Braves are still winning games, even though it seems like that the lineups and the pitching staff is a little dicey, and Spencer Strider, we're still waiting for him to
Weiss.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Walt Weiss, man. He's doing a hell of a job so far. And can I say one more thing, Tip? I'm telling you this right now. If the Braves stay healthy, they right up there with the Dodgers. I don't give a damn how much their payroll is. If the Braves stay healthy, they will get they right there with the Dodgers. We all seen it, just like you said, Smitty, 5 years ago. We seen it. A healthy Braves squad can compete with the Dodgers. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
And so crazy, the Braves are in top 10 of just about every statistical category that means something. I mean, on both sides, pitching right now, we have the best ERA in baseball. Are you serious?
Yep. And now a 3-man starters out.
That's what I'm saying. So it's early, but my thing is, how many times have we started off a season as the Braves fans slow as a snail? So again, these guys right now, and even Ronald Acuna, he's starting to pick up his average, because first couple of games it seemed like Ronald was trying to get his footing, but now he's picking up his average. Everybody is picking up their average. The one guy that I'm waiting on to go on
Austin Riley.
If Austin freaking Riley can get back to Austin 316 type Riley, man, these Braves. That's all I got.
It's over with. It's over with.
The one guy that I'm waiting on.
It's over.
They ain't ready for that combo yet, Tip. Oh man.
I'm trying to tell you.
They ain't. And the crazy thing about it,
Austin Riley turned back.
He done grow that beard, so he finding himself. He done grow that beard. He finding himself. He gonna come back. Trust me.
He on the way, man. But yeah, man. Again, guys, make sure y'all find y'all peace today. Positive energy always creates elevation, and that's how you find your peace. Appreciate you, KG Money.
Thank you, KG. Thank you, brother.
Y'all, not gonna lie to you. Also, make sure you catch me on the Hawks Digest as well, because man, the Hawks are going to the playoffs. So yeah, you probably haven't seen me over there on Hawks Digest. Well, don't fault me too bad. I'm just resting up for the playoffs like the Hawks. That's all I was doing. Just resting up for the playoffs, you know. So at the end of the day, man, we're about to get ready to go after it. Also,
appreciate you, Yuri. Appreciate
Thank
you,
Yuri. Shout out, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow Yuri on all platforms, man, all social media. That's a guy, man, really embodies
musical genius. Musical genius.
And it's been so many times and places to where I've been at a game, didn't even know it. Yuri there too. I'm at a place, didn't even know it. Yuri there too. I'm like, I'd be like, this man.
He snuck up on me at the open practice. Just poof.
Right.
Where you come from?
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna pull up, man. But again, man, Hawks Digest, catch me over there. Catch me at A1 Forever Sports. And again, man, catch us all on our platforms. And until next time, man, peace and blessings to you all. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe, because we want to see each and every last one of y'all every time we go live. Don't need nothing bad to happen to nobody. But until next time, we'll holler at y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.